Game number 92 between these rivals. And the final score, Tennessee 7, East Tennessee State 1. Back with more in a moment as Tennessee improves to 9-3 on the season, and East Tennessee State moves on with that same record of 9-3.
We're excited. I mean, it's a top 10 matchup here at the Pete, and I know the fans are very excited for this game. But this is just another game we have to worry about. This is the most important game of the season right now because it is the game we're playing tonight, and we're gonna go out there and do our best to win the game.
All right, congratulations on a great start. You're doing a great job out there on the mound for the Eagles. Keep it up, and let's go win one tonight.
Let's go win it.
All right, Golden Eagle pitcher Graydon Harris giving us a bit of the inside scoop, getting ready for the Golden Eagles and the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Coming up next, this is Golden Eagle Baseball from Learfield.
The first pitch to today's game is coming right up. But first, let's head inside the Golden Eagles dugout and visit with the head coach, Christian Ostrander. Brought to you by St. Dominic Memorial Hospital. Here again is John Cox.
And welcome back, everybody, to Pete Taylor Park, getting ready for Golden Eagle baseball tonight. The Golden Eagles step out of conference play, but take on one of their longtime rivals, the Bulldogs of Mississippi State, here at Pete Taylor Park. John Cox joined by head coach Christian Ostrander. Time now for the Oz Report. Oz will talk about the Bulldogs in a minute, but a great weekend for the Eagles down in Ruston, Louisiana. It's tough to sweep anybody these days in college baseball, but 3 big wins over the Bulldogs down there the other day.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. You know, anytime you can come home with 3 wins on a weekend, man, you take it. And just proud of the guys, proud for them. They played hard. They work hard. They played hard, and just thought they did an outstanding job this past weekend.
A lot of good things to talk about, but I thought pitching this weekend was really, really good for the Golden Eagles. Very consistent, and you kind of kept Louisiana Tech, it seemed like, off balance the entire weekend.
No doubt. The bullpen, didn't give up a run all weekend, and however many innings they covered. I thought Colby did a good job getting us out of the gate on Friday, and I thought Graydon pitched great on Saturday with the start. And it just, again, it was a complete effort. I think the pitching staff did a great job, but I think the offense was equally as impressive, and just because they threw some good arms at us, and we had to stay in there and keep fighting. But finally, we're able to separate ourselves a little bit each game and come away with 3 wins.
We spent some time in our pregame today with Graydon Harris, the left-hander out of Louisiana. Talk about that young man and how he's gotten better since the guy we saw a year ago.
He's stronger. He looks like a grown man. He works his tail off with Coach Mack in that weight room, and Graydon's a very driven young man. He's got a future, and but he's stronger. I think the velo's playing up even a little bit more. Coach Leger's done a great job with Tim, adding a little cutter type pitch that is in turn not only added a pitch, but it kind of helped him with the slider a little bit too. So his changeup has grown. His strike percentage with all of his off speeds taken a leap. And when he's like he was the other day, around 68% strikes with his stuff, he's going to have some fun days. So that's the big key for him.
Well, big night here at the Pete Taylor Park. The Bulldogs of Mississippi State comes in. This is always one of the exciting games of the year. The fans love it. The players love it. I'm sure the coaches do as well. Talk about this matchup tonight between the Bulldogs and the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, most important game of the year because it's the one we're playing. There's extra drama and stuff to it from the outside, but internally and stuff, our guys, they're going to take it just like it is any game because they're all important. Every game we play is important to try to accomplish the goals that we've set for ourselves. So great opponent. They're off to a tremendous start too. And, on paper, watching video, I know we got our hands full tonight, but I believe they do too.
Will be, though, probably one of the most exciting games in the country. When you look around the scoreboard and look at the games tonight, this one kind of stand up amongst all of them over the country.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, I think, you got a couple ranked teams, playing against each other midweek. That don't happen all the time. So, so hopefully we can go out there and put on a good show and, and take care of business.
And already, as I was walking in hours ago here, people already lined up, sitting in their lawn chairs outside the gates waiting to get in. That doesn't happen very many places around the country.
Well, it's well documented here with our fans and things of that nature of their support and what this program means to this community and all that good stuff. But, we know it's going to be a great turnout, and there's going to be a lot of electricity that's going to be coming from that roost and that 16-ounce lounge and our stands, and we got to provide the same amount of electricity on the field.
All right. Thanks as always for the visit here for the ball game. Let's go win another one tonight.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Christian Ostrander and the Golden Eagles get set to take on the Bulldogs of Mississippi State here at Pete Taylor Park. That is the Oz Report, and we're back after this. Golden Eagle baseball, Southern Miss baseball from Learfield.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Keg and Barrel in Hattiesburg, proud sponsor, Southern Miss Athletics. Keg and Barrel is located at 1315 Hardy Street in a 100-year-old home. Keg and Barrel is open for business 7 days a week with cocktails, 60 beers on tap, 80-plus bourbons, and a new 23-foot big screen, and a full food menu including shrimp and grits, pizza, burgers, and much more. Keg and Barrel West is located at 6 Marketplace Drive in Hattiesburg with an oyster bar, steaks, cocktails, and 40 beers on tap. Keg and Barrel wishes the Golden Eagles good luck this baseball season.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACDA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Aw, shucks. The game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
Golden Eagle Baseball.
High fly ball, deep right field, going back. Forget it. It's out of here. Kick and deliver 2-2. Check swing. He went around. Right to the plate. High fly ball again. Deep left field, going back. Another home run for Higdon.
Struck him out.
And the Eagles are the regional champions. Deep to left field, going back to the wall. That's out of here. Tracking it down. He makes a catch, and this one belongs to the Golden Eagles this afternoon.
This is Southern Miss Baseball. Here's the voice of the Golden Eagles, John Cox.
And welcome back, everybody, to Pete Taylor Park. We're indeed getting ready for Golden Eagle Baseball. What an exciting evening here at Pete Taylor Park, getting ready for the Golden Eagles and the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Mississippi State comes in number 4 in the country. The Golden Eagles come in winners of 10 games in a row. They're number 10 in the country. So 2 top 10 teams battling it out here on an evening at Pete Taylor Park, Southern Miss and Mississippi State. Starting lineup for Mississippi State today, Gary Fry leads off. He'll be out at second base. Ace Reese will bat second. He is the third baseman. Noah Sullivan bats third for Mississippi State. He is their designated hitter. Reed Stallman bats cleanup. He is down at first base. Ryder Woodson bats fifth. He's the shortstop. Andrew Raymond will bat sixth and is behind the plate and catching. Jacob Parker bats seventh for the Bulldogs. He's out in right field. James Nunnally bats eighth. He's out at left field. Bryce Chance will bat ninth. He's the center fielder. On the mound for Mississippi State tonight going to be the right-hander Brendan Sweeney. Sweeney 0-0 on the young season, earned run average of 1.23. Mississippi State again comes in with a record of 11 wins and 1 defeat, coming off a 36-23 season a year ago, and a brand new head coach of this Mississippi State ball club. They are now coached by Brian O'Connor, head coach in his first season at Mississippi State. Starting lineup for the Golden Eagles tonight, Ben Higdon leads off. He's out in right field. Joey Urban, who's red hot with the bat right now, bats second. He is out in center field. Matthew Russo bats third. He is the first baseman. Davis Gillespie will bat cleanup, and he's out at left field. Dre Barrett will bat fifth. He's the third baseman. Kyle Morrison bats sixth. He's at second base. Tucker Stockman bats seventh. He's behind the plate catching for the Golden Eagles tonight. Seth Smith will bat eighth. He is the shortstop, and it'll be Caleb Stelly playing the designated role today. He'll bat ninth for the Golden Eagles. On the mound, the young right-hander Dylan Causey on the mound for the Golden Eagles for the ball game tonight. Causey is a right-hander, 6'2", 220, true freshman out of nearby Ellisville, Mississippi. Played at South Jones High School. Eagles come in with a record of 10-1. They have won 10 ball games in a row. So a red-hot Golden Eagle ball club, a red-hot Mississippi State ball club getting ready to square off here tonight and at Pete Taylor Park. And man, what an atmosphere. There are people everywhere in this stadium. The right field roost is packed. Both grandstands, all the grandstands are packed. People, I look out in the parking lot, people still coming in or trying to get into the ballpark tonight to watch the Golden Eagles take on Mississippi State. Umpires tonight, it'll be James Ainsworth back behind the plate calling the balls and strikes. Luke Weems will be down at first base. Eddie Newsom is the second base umpire. Joseph Smith, the third base umpire tonight. So getting ready for the Golden Eagles and Mississippi State. Eagles have won 10 in a row. They are 10-1 on the year. Mississippi State ranked number 4 in the country, 11-1 on the year. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow all our great affiliates to identify themselves for listening to Southern Miss Baseball. Golden Eagle Baseball from Learfield. Now on the mound for the Golden Eagles going to be the right-hander Dylan Causey. Causey on the mound for the Golden Eagles. Again, the 6'2", 220-pound freshman out of Ellisville, Mississippi, played at South Jones High School, and he has been on the mound so far this year 4 times for the Golden Eagles. It'll be his 5th appearance already of the year, his 2nd start. He started a ball game a week ago, but he's only worked 3 innings this year. 3 innings of work so far for Causey, giving up 2 hits, 2 runs. Neither one of those runs has been earned. No walks, a couple of strikeouts. Opponents hitting .222 against him, and earned run average of 0.00. So the young right-hander Dylan Causey on the mound for the Golden Eagles. Defensively for the Golden Eagles here this evening, Tucker Stockman back behind the plate for the Golden Eagles. Big Matthew Russo over at first base. Morrison is the man is going to man things down at second base for the Golden Eagles. So Kyle Morrison down at second base. Seth Smith is the shortstop. Dree Barrett is the third baseman for the Eagles. Davis Gillespie out in left field. Joey Urban out in center field, and out in right field for the Golden Eagles going to be Ben Higdon. And again, Dylan Causey on the mound for the Golden Eagles, and so he's finishing up his warm-up tosses as he gets ready to face this ball club from Mississippi State. What a great atmosphere. What a great ball game we're going to have, I think, tonight between these two longtime rivals. They played baseball against each other, I think, since back in the 1940s or so is when the two teams finally played. And here in Hattiesburg, they have played 56 times over the history of this program. Both programs. Mississippi State has won 29 of the previous 56 meetings played between the two teams here in Hattiesburg. All right, getting ready to get it started. And again, Causey on the mound for the Eagles. Dylan Causey, and leading off for Mississippi State will be Garrick Fry. Fry, left-handed hitting second baseman of the Bulldogs, hitting .371 on the year. Causey ready to go to work, and we are getting ready to be underway. And we're underway here tonight at Pete Taylor Park. There's a pitch inside for a ball. So underway here tonight at Pete Taylor Park, and glad to have you with us, everybody, wherever you might be listening in, however you might be listening in. 1-0 pitch to Fry on the way. Swings and pulls it foul down the right field line. So ball in the strike to Fry. Fry, Reese, and Sullivan for Mississippi State to get things going. Mississippi State so far this year hitting .350 as a team. They've hit 18 home runs in their first 12 ball games. 1-1 pitch on the way to Fry. High fly ball left field, but right at Gillespie. Davis is there to make the catch, and there's one away. So one away as Fry hits the soft liner out to left field. So one down, Bulldogs. Batter going to be Ace Reese, the left-hand hitting third baseman for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Brian O'Connor is their brand new head coach, his first year. He was at Virginia, coached the Cavaliers of Virginia from 2004 to 2025. Took them to 14 NCAA tournaments, 7 College World Series, and 5 times ACC Coach of the Year. Pitch on the way to Reese. That's going to be a called strike from Dylan Causey. He's on the mound for the Eagles. No balls and strikes. 1 strike to Ace Reese with 1 out and nobody on here at the top of the first tonight. There's the 0-1 pitch to Reese. Piled back and out of play back into the old apartments. So 0-2. And Barrett now, the third baseman, going to move over to short right field for the Golden Eagles. So they'll leave nobody down there at third base. Causey looking for his first strikeout of the night from the stretch. 0-2 pitch. Little looper out to second base. Charging in, Morrison's got it. Throw to first in time to get the second out of the inning. So Fry lines out to left field. Reese grounds out. And so 2 away for Mississippi State here at the top of the first inning tonight. And here's Noah Sullivan making his way to the plate now for Mississippi State. Right-handed hitting designated hitter for the Bulldogs. Sullivan 6'1", 215. He's a graduate transfer out of South Carolina upstate. Here's Causey to the plate. That one popped up foul down the right field line. They'll get up in the hillside down that right field line. So 0-1 to Sullivan. Great atmosphere. That's what college baseball is all about right here. Full house. Great night to play. Beautiful weather. Lights are on under the lights here tonight. So That's what it's all about college baseball. That's why everybody loves this so much. Just a great atmosphere tonight. 0-1 pitch coming to Sullivan. Pitch on the way from Causey. That's down and away for a ball. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Bulldogs starting the season hitting .350 on the season. There's a 1-1 coming to Sullivan. Pitch from Causey, swing and a miss, changed up on him. Got a swing and a miss, 1-2 to Sullivan. And listen to that Golden Eagle crowd. That'll show you right there what the atmosphere is like here tonight at Pete Taylor Park. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sullivan. There's Causey trying to put him down in order in the first. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Oh, good job by Causey to get things started here tonight at Pete Taylor Park. The Bulldogs down in order here in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Mississippi State nothing. Southern Miss is coming to bat. Back in a moment. Golden Eagle baseball, Southern Miss baseball from Learfield.
A multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Mississippi State down in order in the inning. We go to the bottom of the first inning on the mound for Mississippi State. They have got the right-hander Brennan Sweeney. Sweeney is on the mound for Mississippi State
Everyone
tonight.
knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Brennan Sweeney.
Si quieres sentirte limpio y protegido con
Sweeney is on the mound for Mississippi State tonight, making his 4th appearance of the year. They've all come out of the bullpen. He's got 1 save. He's worked 7, as I said, 7 and a third.
This is a really good Southern Miss team. Doesn't quite have the same batting average as State at 290, but they have certainly put up some runs this year. Run-ruling Alabama already in a midweek this year.
Well, because he went pretty much with most fastballs and the right-handed hitters. He went to the cutter, and it's amazing with looking at the lineup here. This Ben Higdon is a 4th-year starter for him. Not starter, but he's played at 323. Just shows you Chris Noland, the head coach for Southern Miss, been very confident that this kid will catch fire eventually, but he's definitely way down in batting average for the team.
Yeah, Ben Higdon, originally at Kentucky before transferring to Southern Miss a year ago. Left-hander stands in to face off against the right-hander Brendan Sweeney. Sweeney goes into the windup, and here's his first offering. And that's hit towards the left side. That's inside the chalk for a base hit. Higdon around first base, digging for second. As digging out of there goes James Nunnally to toss it in. And Southern Miss starts things off with a leadoff double.
Like a pitch up, he did a good job of staying inside it, put a good stroke on it, hit a line drive down the line, and it's an easy double in this ballpark.
It certainly was. And I say the chalk line, it's all paint here. The artificial surface everywhere you turn. Next up for Southern Miss is Joey Urban, batting second as a center fielder. A great average at .463, just barely below Seth Smith, who's in the 8th spot of the order. Runner at second and nobody out here in the bottom of the first for Southern Miss. Sweeney comes set at the belt and delivers to the right-hander. The first pitch is off the outer edge and a fastball at 92 for ball 1.
It's hard to believe that Brendan's throwing 1 mile per hour less than that freshman.
Just underway here in Hattiesburg, scoreless in the bottom of the first inning. Brendan Sweeney will look at second base, now delivers home. Off-speed pitch at the top of the zone. Drops it in there for a strike.
Yeah, that's his breaking ball. It doesn't have a lot of depth to it. That's a concerning pitch right there. That pitch was up in the zone and hittable. Just got to keep those breaking balls down, especially with right-hand hitters in this ballpark.
Battle of right-handers here. With nobody out and a runner on second for Southern Miss. Sweeney again looks that direction. Now delivers home. Hold back of the swing by Urban, and he takes it low and away for ball 2.
Anytime his slider is low and away, he's going to have a little bit more dip to it. That certainly was a strikeout type pitch, but you're trying to get back to the advantage count.
Joey Urban out of Jupiter, Florida, transfer from Butler. Pops one up behind the plate. Raymond gives that a look, but that'll find the stands. Land of the raised stadium seating behind the box seats. And that's strike 2.
I'm looking around my binoculars. I don't see hardly any empty seats in this stadium.
Southern Miss, for being a Sun Belt team, very good in attendance. They finished in the top 10 many years recently. Here's the 2-2. An swing towards the right side. Up with it, Stallman as he flips to the covering Sweeney in time at first base for the 3-1 putout. But that pushes over Higdon from second to third. And now there's one away.
Yeah, check swing. He got the job done. They're trying to go the other way to get their runner at second, third, even in the first inning, trying to get up by 1 run to get this ball game going. But that was not a good cut, but it was a very effective production.
Now it works just like a sacrifice bunt as a runner 90 feet away from scoring for the left-hander Matthew Russo. Higdon takes his lead from third base with Ace Reese playing well away from the bag. And here comes the first offering. Way upstairs with a fastball at 92 for ball 1. Russo out of Madisonville, Louisiana. A full 4-year player for Southern Miss. First baseman for Southern Miss today. Waiting on his pitch as Sweeney comes set with 1 out of the inning. Now he delivers, and that's fouled off to the left side.
And the fastball is pretty much straight, Caleb, and that's concerning a little bit unless the velocity was a tick higher. But we'll see if he can maybe come inside on this left-hander a little bit and bite his hands off.
Left-hander at the plate, Russo digs in. Here's the pitch. 1-1 misses. And ball 2 added to the count.
He probably was trying to hump up another mile per hour in the fastball and just disappeared on him up way over the kid's head.
Sweeney did not throw a ton against Virginia Tech, but threw enough. Next pitch, 2-1, is swung on and fouled back. Just got a piece of that one as it dribbles back behind the backstop.
No, that was a good slide ball right there, right in his hands. Outside the strike zone, to start in the strike zone well, came right in his hands, and he barely fouled it off.
Foul territory is fairly deep behind home plate, by the way, if a ball gets by you as a catcher. Have to be careful here with a runner at third and 1 out. 2-2 to Russo. Swing and a miss. Challenged him with an upper fastball at 93. That's the first Hancock-Whitney strikeout of the game for Brendan Sweeney.
Yeah, Russo had a lot of strikeouts last year, 55, but he also had 18 home runs, so that's a big out for Brendan in Mississippi State, a kid that's pretty much a power guy, gets a little long with a stroke, and elevated a fastball, and that's going to beat a home run guy all the time.
So here comes Davis Gillespie, starting left fielder for Southern Miss. First pitch to him misses low and away for ball 1. State trying to get the final out at the bottom of the first inning after Southern Miss got a leadoff double from Ben Higdon. He was pushed over to third base thanks to a ground out by Joey Urban up the right side. Since then, Matthew Russo has struck out for out number 2. Waiting on a 1-0 to the right-hander Gillespie. Here it is, and it's down and away as well for ball 2.
Yeah, coaches hate to get a double and then get the runner over to third base with a little check swing and then get a strikeout. We're 1 strikeout away from getting out of the inning. If you're an offensive coach, you like to have that hitter up there in the 3 hole who's going to put the ball in play.
Hitters count here, 2-0. Pitch comes, and it's off the plate to the outside. He's gone off speed for a majority of his stuff here to Gillespie.
That was very much a cutter more than a slide ball. He's just trying to get him to maybe turn and roll over a ball and hit the ball to our third baseman, Ed Reese. Ace Reese, ace.
3-0 the count at home plate with a runner at third. Here's the pitch. Went off speed again, but that time he clipped the corner.
Same pitch, same location. This one had a little bit more break to it, so he's not going to go fastball with this kid. He's got some good numbers right now. I don't know what he did last year. I'm trying to look up and see what he hit last year.
Batting .409 currently on the season. 3-1, that's way away and an easy take for Gillespie, and he's aboard to put runners at the corners with 2 down.
It almost looked like a pitch around, but not really. I think it's just a matter that the numbers this kid had, maybe our fine coaching staff, just with a 3-1 count, we'd rather put him on base and deal with the next guy.
And next man up is Dre Barrett. He's a veteran in his own right, played 1 year previously at Southern Miss, and he starts at third base now for the Golden Eagles, batting .256 so far this season. Runners at first and third with 2 out in the bottom of the first. Sweeney nods at the sign and deals the first pitch, and a wave and a miss. Good breaking ball right there. Just a straight up and down drop.
I want to think it might have been a sinker because it didn't have any horizontal tilt to it, but I don't think he throws a sinker. But if he does throw a sinker, that was it.
Yeah, it may have been just a changeup with a lot of downward action to it, or a true curveball. High and tight, that's definitely not the curveball. That's a 93-mile-per-hour fastball near the chin for ball 1.
When Brennan overthrows, he's going to be elevated arm side high.
Count level 1-1. 2 outs at the bottom of the first. State trying to get out of a jam with a runner 90 feet away from scoring, as well as one at first. Pitch from Sweeney. Breaking ball that is put in the air deep to left field. That one's got a chance to get out of here, and the outfielders won't chase it. It's a 3-run homer to just left of center field from Dre Barrett. And the Golden Eagles lead 3-0 in the bottom of the first.
I think he hung a slider to a right-handed hitter. Now, I don't think this Barrett kid is what you classify as a home run guy. But at the same time, it was a mistake pitch. Slider up, belt high, in left center field. Ball flies out of here. He got all of it.
Yeah, 450 feet will get out of every park. That one left no room for doubt, as it's 3-0 Southern Miss on a 2-out home run out of the 5 spot of the order, Dre Barrett.
You say it went 450 feet?
450 feet by the stats over here.
I wonder who measured that.
It's some really small guy with a long measuring tape. It runs really fast.
I mean, I thought it was hit well, but I didn't think 450.
I mentioned the ball flies out of here at Pete Taylor Park, and he's got an added wind at the back to left field. Not that he needed it there. He got every bit of it, 107 off the bat.
That's when the walks hurt, when 2 strikes.
That's right. 3-0 USM on a home run. Now the bases are clear for the left-hander Kyle Morrison. First pitch, holds back the swing and takes a pitch up for ball 1. Our umpires today, James Ainsworth is behind the dish with Luke Weems at first, Eddie Newsom at second base with Joseph Smith manning the third base bag. Veteran crew here in Hattiesburg. Wind to the 0-1. That one's hit in the air towards right field. Chasing it is Parker to the warning track, and that is off the wall. Parker fields it off the hop, throws it to second base, and sliding in safely is Morrison with a 2-out double.
Well, everything that's been hit has been pitches up, middle way, up, and they're too good of hitters, especially in the meat of the order, to make a mistake pitch. And we're going to have a conference out there with our fine pitching coach, Justin Parker, but it's going to be a tough lineup to hold through. We're going to be using a lot of pitches in this ball game. Hopefully we can score some runs and stay with them.
Yeah, State has yet to send anybody down to the bullpen, which is exposed to the foul lines and fair territory. I say fair territory. It's in the field of play is what I mean to say. Down deep near the right field wall.
Yeah,
but nobody warming up as Justin Parker has that conversation.
Yeah, without a changeup, wouldn't see a changeup at all. We're basically dealing with Brennan's fastball and cutter or slider, and the fastball has no sink whatsoever. And if you can keep the ball down, you got a chance. But you get the ball up in this ballpark with good hitters that they have, it could be very, very difficult to get them out there for too many more innings.
James Ainsworth breaks up the powwow on the pitcher's mound, and so we will now see the 7th spot of the order for Southern Miss and Tucker Stockman. Stockman, redshirt junior catcher out of Athens, Alabama. He's played 2 years for Southern Miss after taking last year off. Look at second by Sweeney, the pitch. Upstairs, no, at the top of the zone for a strike at 92. Stockman this season batting .250. He's got 1 double to his name and 2 home runs. Next pitch on the 0-1, dots the outer edge for a strike.
Now, those are 2 really well-located fastballs in the outer half of the plate. If he can keep doing that, but get him down a little bit, everything is still up. We don't see any knee-high strikes yet.
That home run for Barrett, by the way, was just his 2nd of the year. 0-2 pitch. Fouled off towards the state dugout. Just capped it there. And the count remains 0-2.
Located, slider, perfect. So that's 3 really good pitches against this young man.
It really stretched out the plate there, trying to get him to chase, as that one was well off the plate to the outside for this right-hander. 0-2, 2 outs with a runner at second for Southern Miss. They've scored the 3 runs on a home run with 2 outs as Sweeney looks back the runner and throws to the covering Fry. Bulldog fielders today, Nunnally's in left. Bryce Chance is in center field with Jacob Parker manning the right field post. And the infielders left to right, Ace Reese, Ryder Woodson, Garrick Fry at second with Reed Stallman at first. Andrew Raymond behind the dish. 0-2 with Brendan Sweeney on the mound. Pitch comes to Stockman. Upstairs on a fastball at 92. That calls Raymond to jump out of his crouch.
Yeah, he was trying to throw the strikeout pitch. Overthrew it. That's where the ball elevated on.
Dangerous hitter on deck in Seth Smith. Kind of reminiscent to what Will Gasparino was for UCLA back on Sunday. 1-2 delivery. Popped up behind home plate, and that gets out of play. Stockman in a battle here. Fouling off 2 pitches with 2 strikes. The count is 1-2 still. 3-0 Southern Miss. We're in the bottom of the first inning, thanks to a 3-run homer by Dre Barrett. They followed it up with a double from Kyle Morrison, who stands at second. Still with 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Now breaking ball was cut on and fouled back. Fell right into the middle of the zone. Stockman just got under it to get a piece of it.
Yeah, last year this young man at the plate hit .332. The year before that, .227. Now he's hitting .250. So he had an outstanding year last year.
Sweeney delivers another 1-2, and again it's fouled off as Stockman really had to reach for that one, as it was a slider tailing way away to the other batter's box.
Much slower slider. It's almost like what you call a slider change or change slider, but took something off there, trying to get the young man to run out of bat.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Here it comes, and another foul ball. This will be the 9th pitch of this at bat.
Yeah, pitch counts will be concerning. I mean, we don't play tomorrow or Thursday, and this is a 4-game week for us. Most of the way, it's all 4-game weeks, so you can use the depth of our pitching staff. We still have a lot of good arms available for tonight.
Sweeney's on his way to a 30-pitch first inning with this next delivery. Count is still 1-2 as Stockman continues to foul off the offerings. Here it comes again. Up and in, and it hit him. Well, at least I thought it did. No, it did not. So it's not a dead ball, but the runner does not take off from second. The way Stockman reacted, I thought it may have glanced off his shoulder and kicked away. Raymond chased it down.
I think he was protecting his body, his head. Right at his head. Again, he's been wild side high, arm side, and that's not good indication being able to get to glove side.
It'd be great if he could get the fastball over the outer edge. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Well, they challenged him with a fastball at the top outside part of the plate, and that ends the inning. But not before Southern Miss is able to plate 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no Bulldog errors and a runner left. A 3-run home run by Dre Barrett to the 5 spot with 2 outs gives Southern Miss a 3-0 lead as we have played 1 here in Hattiesburg. State coming to bat when we return as you're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. Being a veteran, it's interwoven into your DNA. It is really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families. And one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Emmettith and Nicholas.
Congratulations on getting your diploma.
You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate.
Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Back here at Southern Miss, where Mississippi State trails in the game 3-0, with the Bulldogs coming to bat here in the top of the second. Southern Miss pitching by committee here to start off this game, as they have brought on Kevin Landry Farr, right-hander from Proctor, Arkansas, playing in his freshman year for Southern Miss. 6'3", 195, the vitals on this young man. And so far this year, Coach, he's only had one appearance, just went an inning, got a pair of strikeouts, though. And he's taking his warm-up tosses right now as he'll face the middle third for Mississippi State.
Also, like the Dylan Carsey who started out, he is a true freshman, as you say, from Proctor.
Yeah, Proctor, Arkansas.
I've never heard of Proctor. North Point.
I tell you, you haven't spoken there.
No,
May need to add that to
North
your list.
Point, yeah, Christian High School. Okay. Well, two true freshmen to start off against the Bulldogs, and that means that I'm sure the coaches feel like they got a lot of stretch. They still got a ball game tomorrow, and they got a weekend series coming up Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But they may feel like we do. We have a lot of depth in our pitching staff. They do, we do, and that means today's going to depend on who's going to put the ball in play better.
So the final stats on Causey, who just goes an inning from the start. An inning of work with no hits and no runs, no walks, but did get a strikeout in the game, and his final pitch count was 8. First batter that Farr faces is Reed Stallman. As the first baseman leads off, batting from the left side, and here's the first pitch. He turns on it to foul it off, backing out of play to the left side in the air. 90 miles per hour with the first fastball from Farr.
I'm proud of Reed. He's shortened his stroke dramatically over the course of the last year to this year. He's got power, as we saw this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely slugged it on the weekend. 0-1, the pitch on the way. Off speed that time, and he dots the outer edge. The pitch at 85.
Yeah, this guy's 85, but he has arm side run, okay, against the left-hander. He's going to use that arm side run as best he can to keep the ball away from Reed.
They rotate Barrett, the third baseman, to play short right field in the shift against this left-hander Stallman. With 2 strikes. Wide of the delivery. Swing and a miss. Got with a changeup on the outer edge for a swing and miss, strike 3. State has been retired 4 up, 4 down to start this game.
I think he showed Reed his whole pitching plan right there.
Had very little break to that ball. Just a straight change, it would appear. And now up to bat, Ryder Woodson, who had a terrific weekend, especially the most recent 2 games.
Yeah, he played as good a ball game you could see defensively and offensively against UCLA. Would have been player of the game if we had won.
First pitch to him. Misses upstairs for ball 1 at 91. He had 3 doubles in a row in that game against UCLA and finished off with a single to give State a chance there in that 10th inning. 3-0 Southern Miss leads here on the top of the second. The pitch. And it's put in the air towards right field. Not very deep at all. Running in is Higdon towards the line. Makes a late break towards his left side and makes the grab for out number 2.
Yeah, we're not going to have a lot of velocity out of this kid on the mound, but he has a little bit of arm side run that makes it a little tougher even for right-handed hitters. Balls coming in on him. Ball got in a little bit on Ryder. That's why he hit the ball in the air. 5
pitches and 2 outs delivered so far by Kevin Farr here in the top of the second inning. And now he gets to face the left-handed catcher Andrew Raymond. Right-handed pitcher against left-handed bat here. State is looking for their first base runner. Out of the windup, here's the first offering. Turns on it, sends that one to left center field. That's going to find the turf and be State's first base runner. As Andrew Raymond takes a wide turnaround first, he'll stop there at first base with a 2-out single.
Raymond had some good swings this weekend in Arlington.
It's a quiet 2-out single here at Pete Taylor Park before Jacob Parker makes his grand entrance to the Pine Belt in Hattiesburg. Again, played just 20 minutes down the road at Purvis High School, as he prepped just a year ago. I have a couple fans of his own in attendance today if they could find tickets. Left-hander standing in with the runner at first and 2 down. Stretch and pitch. First one misses inside. at 86.
So we got 3 Hattiesburg area boys, Tanner Blue from Petal, and then not only
Maddox Miller from
Maddox
Oak Grove.
Miller from Oak Grove, and we got this young man from Purvis. So good area for baseball. Good high school baseball in the Hattiesburg area. Great high school baseball.
Certainly is. Here's the 1-0 Parker. Cuts and misses at a high fastball.
Yeah,
that was a bit of his Achilles heel in that final at bat against UCLA. That got him down 0-1 before eventually succumbing to being retired.
Yeah, he's going to have the power that we have in Ace and Stallman, too, as a freshman.
1-1. And fooled him there with a pitch that missed down low and an off-speed pitch at that. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Parker as Southern Miss tries to get out of this inning if they can get the strikeout.
That's not fair at all. Fastball up, swing and miss. Fastball at his toes, swing and miss, and a breaking ball.
Parker loves to make contact. He's an aggressive hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes with the runner at first and 2 down.
I don't know what that was.
Pitcher steps off the back of the rubber for a disengagement.
This looked like a balk to me. I think Brian O'Connor is talking to the home plate umpire and asked what that was.
I don't think he's able to hear him at all as this crowd tries to rumble their field in the middle bleachers here at Pete Taylor Park. Here comes the 1-2. Up and away with a fastball at 92 for ball 2.
If I'm calling balks, I'm calling that one a balk from this angle.
And Matt Kirby was pointing at it too from the first base box. Count is full, 3-2.
Let's see if he goes breaking ball and fastball on the freshman.
At least the board shows 3-2. I have 2-2. Swing and a miss, won't matter. Another strikeout for Southern Miss. And State strands a base runner with 2 outs, and Southern Miss keeps their 3-2 lead heading to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Well, plan your next vacation on the Mississippi coast where sun-soaked beaches and laid-back charms set the perfect scene. Embrace the coastal vibes as you explore scenic shores, fresh seafood spots, and vibrant waterfront towns. You can also gear up for epic rides and unforgettable adventures along the Gulf Coast. Southern Miss 3, State nothing as the Golden Eagles look to add to their lead when play resumes at the bottom of the 2nd. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
Dudy Noble Field, a college baseball mecca where thunder and lightning once dominated the diamond. Championship hopes spring eternal, and an electric atmosphere ignites the Bulldogs to victory. This Mississippi State tradition is brought to you by Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 49 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Bulldogs. Only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 to 2025 total sales.
Southern Ag Services and Alliance Ag Risk Management have deep roots in the farming communities of Mississippi and the Mid-South. Using crop insurance and research-based agronomy, our strategies will minimize your production risks and maximize your economic returns. Partnering with us ensures you'll get years of farming experience and local successes to help you make solid decisions. Alliance Ag Risk Management and Southern Ag Services, 662-268-8006.
State trails Southern Miss 3-0 as we move to the bottom of the 2nd inning. During the break, Coach Brian O'Connor had a word with home plate umpire James Ainsworth. Amicable conversation as they both parted ways with a mutual respect of one another. And I believe the general takeaway was that Brian O'Connor said, just keep your eye on it because this is what I saw of what I would consider a balk. Maybe you'll notice it if he continues to do it in the future.
Well, once you get set and his runner on base, it looked like he was trying to get off the pitching rubber. He might have got his cleats caught in it, and that makes no difference whatsoever. It's a balk, and didn't step down directly from my angle.
Sweeney deals the first pitch to Smith, and he gets a wave and a miss at a changeup. Strike 1 on Smith. Smith's the shortstop who's had such a terrific start to the year, batting .478 and slugging at .519. Next delivery, catches the inside edge for a called strike at 91.
That was a generous strike for us.
Yep. Striking the letters on the inner black of the plate. The count is 0-2. Could go a long way for Sweeney if he can get this first out. Next pitch. That one's golfed towards center field. Running in is Bryce Chance out towards the left center alley, and he tracks it down right near the warning track. And that is out number 1 and a big out to get. to set the tone, I should say, for this inning.
See, again, that was just kind of a lazy fly ball in it. Rice fielded it 2 steps away from the warning track. That wall will talk to you. It's right behind you. Again, it's really small ballpark in the alleyways. Down the line's fair, center field is fair, but it just goes in too quick.
Here's Caleb Stelly, right-hander. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Baton Rouge native, transferred from Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns, conference opponent of Southern Miss. As the DH and takes our next pitch is grounded towards the middle. Up on a hop, it's Garrick Fry with it. Throws to first base, and there's 2 gone. Not a hard hit swing right there. Just a couple hops over to the right side of the infield for a quick 2 outs. Well, for all things college baseball, including live games and talk, tune into SiriusXM College Sports Radio, channel 84, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. Out of the top of the order for Southern Miss with 2 gone and a 3-0 lead for the Golden Eagles, it's Ben Higdon, who started things off with a double down the left field line on his first pitch. Sweeney's first delivery to him. Down and away for ball 1.
Look at the changeup right there. It's one of his few changeups he threw.
Third baseman Reese is playing even with a bag, about 4 steps off the line. Now he'll back up. Middle infield is back as well. 1-0, a wave and a miss. Another one.
Yeah, it looked like a slider or a sinker. It's tough because he doesn't have much slide on the slide ball, and it might be more of a sinker pitch.
Count level, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tough on left-handers.
Base is clear, 2 down here in the bottom half of the second inning. Kicking the delivery. Just a bit low, trying to dot that inner edge on a fastball, but missed. Raymond tried to pick it up there into the zone, but no call from James Ainsworth behind the dish.
Location of his pitch is a little bit better this inning than last inning.
Just settling in. 2-1 pitch on the way. That one bounced in front of home plate for ball 3. One thing about this place, you get a true hop, but it bounces in front of the dish. Three balls and 1 strike with 2 down in the inning. Sweeney with a deep breath. Now he goes into his windup, and the pitch is cut on and fouled back over the left side stands. Ben Higdon has bumped his average up to 196 after that double just a moment ago. Sweeney's pitch count is up to 41 so far in the game. 3-2 pitch, way outside with a fastball, and Higdon is walked as a 2-out base runner.
Well, you hate to have a pitcher get the first 2 outs after he had a tough first inning and then walk the third batter in the lineup. It's one of those no-nos in the game of baseball. You get the first 2 outs, you just attack the next guy with nobody on base. But bad things sometimes happen with 2-out walks.
Well, we saw it against UCLA after putting out a 2-out hit batsman. Chalowski was able to deposit a home run, and right now it's a home run threat at the plate to Joey Urban, leading the team with 4 on the year. Throw to first base. Runner dives back in safely.
I felt bad when we hit that batter, and I looked in the on-deck circle, and there was number 1, the shortstop, who's probably the first pick of the draft this coming year. He hit it well.
Runner first, 2 down. Urban at the plate. Sweeney nods at the sign and deals. Swing and a miss. That's that changeup, chasing it off the outside part of the plate.
Now,
strike 1.
It might be a changeup, but it could be a slider too, because you just can't tell the difference. The slider might sink a little bit more, yeah. A little bit of break.
Urban rolled one over to the right side of the infield in his first trip to the plate. Sling of the ball over to first base and a dive back in by Higdon. 3-0 Southern Miss leads. We're in the bottom half of the second inning. Southern scored those 3 runs on 3 hits. The only man on right now, and Higdon reached on a walk. Stallman, your first base, trying to hold him on. Next pitch is high and tight for a ball. 1-1.
Yeah, Brendan now is getting his pitch counts up.
44 as of right now for State's starter on the mound, Brendan Sweeney. Out of Edmond, Oklahoma, by way of South Carolina. Throw to first base again. No tag applied as Higdon dives back in safely. Count is 1-1 at home plate to Joey Urban. Middle infielders playing back. Here's the 1-1. Off speed line down the left side, but foul. ducking out of the way of it was Travis Creel, the third base coach for Southern Miss.
Yeah, for many years that area down there was all a pitcher's lab or bullpen, but now they've put some probably money seats down there.
Oh yeah, a little club area that juts out from the left side to kind of lower the foul territory down the way. Timeout asked for at home plate by Joey Urban with a ball and 2 strikes in his count. Waiting on a 1-2 with 2 outs. And instead of throw over to first base again. Late on the tag as Higdon slides back in. Trying to get this final out, perhaps on a strikeout. Sweeney already has 2 in the book. Both from the first inning. A nod of the sign. Sweeney deals the 1-2. Popped him up on the infield. Ryder Woodson calling for it from behind second base. Takes a step forward and misplays it. It drops into center field. Here comes Higdon in to score, and Southern Miss expands the lead 4-0.
Well, he kind of got side saddled on the ball. The ball was hit straight up in the air. Fastball 91 on the hands, and Ryder's been very, very successful for us in making all the plays, but he got side saddled. And almost like he lost the ball in the lights, maybe possible. I don't know why he got side saddle, and then the ball just kicked off his glove, but that's an out that needs to be made.
Yeah, it's almost like he stepped too far forward, and then also the wind is kind of blowing it back over his right shoulder. But not a whole lot of wind to really mess with that unless just one gust messed with it. And it's an E6 all the way that causes the run to score. It's 4-0 Southern Miss with Brian O'Connor out to pull Brendan Sweeney. Saints been warming up Jack Gleason since the start of this inning.
Hey, give credit to that base runner, to go all the way from first base to home plate.
Oh, sure, running on the pitch as it was hit in play.
99% of the time that's going to be out, but you never know in the game of baseball. And he put his head down like he was stealing second, and he took off for third. By that time, he saw the green light from the third base coach. He was probably surprised as to why you want me to go home, but he didn't realize what was going on behind him. We're going to make a pitching change with Jack Gleason coming in.
It's a pitching change underway for State here in the bottom of the second inning. State trailing in the game 4-0 here at Pete Taylor Park in Hattiesburg. I'll tell you about Gleason's numbers on the season when we come back. Bottom of the second, trying to retire the side with the final out when we return. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
We just kind of knew from the beginning that we were family.
They showcased a sense of love that I never had before. I mean, he's not only my parent, he's like my best friend.
At the end of the day, it's all been worth it. I wouldn't change a thing about our lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Jack Gleason into the game for Mississippi State as the redshirt freshman comes in to relieve Brendan Sweeney, who does not have a great start, giving up 4 runs, only 3 earned because of that drop by Ryder Woodson behind second base that allows that run to score. But 3 earned runs thanks to the 3-run homer in the first inning. We'll close the book on Sweeney later on once we see the result of this inning. Now, Jack Gleason has the most appearances of any Bulldog so far this year. This will be a 6th time out to the mound. Pitched just an inning against Virginia Tech. Only threw 18 pitches. And he's coming off of a game's rest. And here it's a rough game of a situation. A 4-0 deficit. And mainly just trying to get this next out against Matthew Russo, who struck out his first time up.
Jack's a true strike thrower. Had them all summer up in Danville, Illinois when I was coaching.
Here's his first pitch, a fastball in the inner corner for a strike at 92.
Yeah, he came to us as a freshman in gray shirt, and he was 89, 90. Now he's up to 92. He's gained about 20, 25 pounds since he came on campus.
0-1. Here's the pitch to Russo. He saws that one off to the left side toward Travis Creel in that box. And now with 2 strikes, Ace Reese will rotate over in the shift. You got to be careful with the runner at first base, given anything that's hit out of the infield. A single could turn into an extra base for the runner at first if you're not careful. Stay trying to go after Russo here, though, with 0-2 the count. The pitch from Gleason just got a piece of it. Elevated a fastball, and Russo just got the end of the bat to touch it.
I'd go elevated fastball again, maybe a tick higher, and see if we get this guy to chase one.
Count remains 0-2 on Russo. Joey Urban at first after reaching on the error. 0-2 delivery. Up and away that time.
He did exactly what I asked him, but the pitch was out of the park, away from the plate.
Looked more like a slider that time. Coming in at 87. Throw at first base. A tag applied by Stallman, and he is safe. Him being Joey Urban.
Yeah, Jack was a good high school athlete, just north of Memphis, and didn't really expect too much this year with the depth of the pitching staff, but he had his opportunities early. He took advantage of them, and now he's one of the better pitchers coming out of the bullpen.
1-2 delivery. Waving a foul back again. Russo stays alive.
This is a typical low ball hitter, right? He's left-handed, so he's coming up on him. He's not going to come down from the belt down.
And as you pointed out, left-handed batter against the righty Gleason. The State is just trying to find that final strike or that final out here in the inning. Thought they had it with Ryder Woodson trying to catch a pop-up behind second, but it hit his glove and it fell out. And a swing and a miss on the 1-2.
Everything up. Everything was up.
Yep, fastball elevated, and Russo couldn't make contact with it, and that ends the inning. But Southern Miss adds a run to the book as it's 4-0 Southern Miss after 2 complete. Mississippi State was founded in 1878, and over the years, the university has garnered support from various companies that have helped Mississippi State grow. The following businesses support the Bulldogs: Buffalo Wild Wings, Campus Bookmart, Eat Local Starkville, OB Starkville, Starkville Properties, and the Lodge by Alumni Hall. Top of the third headed your way next. State looking for some runs here, trailing in the game 4-0 here in Hattiesburg. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
Trey Willis, shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder.
Hi, I'm Tim from C-Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C-Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C-Spire, customer inspired.
Dudy Noble Field, a college baseball mecca where thunder and lightning once dominated the diamond. Championship hopes spring eternal, and an electric atmosphere ignites the Bulldogs to victory. This Mississippi State tradition is brought to you by Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 49 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Bulldogs. Only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 to 2025 total sales.
Pitching change for Southern Miss to start the top of the third inning is, again, they are working through 2 midweek games this week, one against Mississippi State and then tomorrow against Nichols, as they make an Alpha entrance pitching change. Having Alpha by your side is a game changer. When every second counts, and when everything's on the line and every second counts, we'll be there knocking it out of the park. That's life with Alpha Insurance. All right, new man on the mound is Bruce Littleton, a left-hander from Vestavia Hills, Alabama, true freshman, playing in his first year out of high school. And so far on the year for Camden Rogers, not a ton of work, obviously, with the early part of this season, but his numbers, actually, this may be his first start. first appearance. I've got nothing online about him, as a matter of fact.
All we got, this is number 43, Bruce Littleton from.
Oh, excuse me. I said Littleton and then immediately went to the wrong number on the score sheet. You're correct.
Yeah, Vestavia Hills is one of the better high school baseball programs in Birmingham, but I don't know who he pitched against, but he pitched one inning, struck out all three.
It was Alabama in that one inning of work back on February the 24th. Thank you for keeping me straight there, Coach.
Strike out 3 against an SEC team. You're going to be seeing some more SEC teams. Again, generally you go to the bullpen in the midweek, you're going to have some success offensively. So far, nothing yet.
James Nunnally, Bryce Chance, and Garrick Fry due up here in the inning. Battle of left-handers here to start off with James Nunnally standing in. First pitch to him shows bunt and takes it in there down the middle for a strike at 94.
Yeah, in order for us to come back, we need to get some walks, maybe an error or two, timely hitting, and see if we can put a quicker number up to get to the point where we have a chance here.
It looked like something may have hurt Littleton right there as he comes off the mound, removes his cap, and now talks to one of the coaching staff members.
No, it's his
pitch comm. That's what it is. Yeah, it came off of his hat, it would appear.
Well, we know he's a redhead now.
Very short, buzzed haircut. Bright red hair there.
Yeah, Vestavia Hills is, again, one of the better baseball programs. Spain Park. There's a lot of good baseball in Birmingham, Alabama. And this is one of their young men.
So I can give you the final line total in just a moment on the second man, Kevin Farr, who came in and just pitched one inning for Southern Miss. Pretty good line, as a matter of fact. One inning, gave up just a hit, 2 strikeouts, facing 4 batters. 4-0 Southern Miss with the lead. As Nunnally stands in, here's the 0-1. And he turns on that one and sends it in the air. Right center field. Will it get out of here? It's towards the warning track wall, and that is gone. James Nunnally hits his second home run of the season.
He caught it.
He caught it. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. He was so nonchalant about it, I thought he looked it over the wall.
Well, it's a long way from here. I didn't know either, but all of a sudden I saw
the ball came flying back in.
When I saw Sweeney get to second base and start heading to the dugout, I said,
so sorry.
Well, it was so high. It was so high.
Well, you're giving me more credit. And I tell you what, this park is known for balls that look like home runs that end up falling short of the warning track, but I apologize immensely as there's one out of the inning and the base is clear. Here's Chance. Takes a pitch up and away for ball 1.
Well, I tell the outfielders all the time, you catch it. If it's a questionable catch, you show it to the umpire, but he just kept running with it. And I thought, too, that had a chance to get out.
I'll put the binoculars up next time. I'll tell you for sure. Next pitch to Chance, misses down low. Count is 2-0 on the state 9 spot of the order.
We'll have to be in sky high at Globe Life, 5 or 6 decks up.
When the ball's at eye level with you.
You're looking at a game from a different perspective here. We're not really high up. We're not low either. We're right in the middle.
A pretty decent vantage point here. 2-0 to Chance. That catches the top of the zone at 93.
Well, the amazing thing about this catcher, looking at it from the center field camera, he shows glove before every pitch up, letter high, which, normally catchers give it down by the knees. But, well, look at this. See, glove up. And he wants everybody throwing up.
2-1 delivery. That one's not up. It's outside.
Yeah.
Just off the plate at 94 for ball 3.
94 for a midweek reliever, the third one. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and a true freshman at that.
Big old boy.
6'2", 225. Base is clear. 3-1 to Chance. Upstairs, ball 4. He takes it and will hold true to go into first base.
Maybe we'll see 9 true freshman pitchers tonight. Maybe.
I wonder if they have 9 true freshmen. I know they have a deep bullpen. That's where they're deepest. Position players, not as much. One out base runner for state as Chance reaches. At the top of the order, Garrick Fry standing in. Batting for the right side now. Littleton comes set. Left-hander looks at first base. Now shifts his gaze home and delivers a fastball low. Right on top of the plate for ball 1.
This is the hardest score of the 3 we've seen so far. Not a lot higher, just 93. The rest of them were 92, 91. But
third inning is brought to you by Guarantee Bank. cheering on the Bulldogs and our community. Guarantee Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. 1-0 pitch is cut on and fouled back by Fry for strike one. 4-0 Southern Miss lead. We're in the top half of the third inning.
Yeah, midweek games are always difficult. Pitching-wise, you're not sure how the youngsters are going to do.
One and one. Here's the pitch to Fry. He fouls that one back over our heads and out of the stadium. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on the Bulldogs' second baseman. Fry had a home run in this same jersey combination against Virginia Tech back on Saturday. One of 2 Bulldog home runs in the game. Him and Aiden Teal had those 2. 1-2 pitch is up and away. I make that a slider. Count is level 2-2. Bryce Chance at first base for State, with 1 out of the inning. 2-2. Upstairs for ball 3.
Good take right there.
Not easy, as that upper edge of the zone has been in play at times.
Garrick's hitting 300 off left-handers and 400 off right-handers.
Waiting on a payoff pitch from Littleton. Here it comes to Fry. That is fouled off up the left side on a fastball. Whaley station breaks, so let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball. Runner at first and 1 out at the top of the third inning. State trailing 4-0 here at Southern Miss. Garrick Fry at the plate, waiting on a 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball by him on the outer edge, and Fry just could not time it up. And he's down swinging, as Bulldogs have now struck out 4 times so far in the game. There are 2 outs in the third.
Yeah, fastball velocity, arm side, about a ball or 2 outside, and not an easy pitch to hit.
With Coach Polk, I'm Caleb Hamill. Glad to have you with us on this Tuesday evening. Ace Reese stands in, trying to get the Bulldogs to spark a rally, with Chance at first base. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss, and a fastball low and away. It was in the strike zone, just could not get the barrel to it. Reese rolled one over to second base his first time up, making inning number 1. We're at the top of the third with 2 outs, and Southern Miss leading 4-0. Next pitch. Well, it backed off Reese, but it caught the inner corner. Really fooled him right there.
Yeah, it looked like it was almost coming at his hip, and he came in the inside part of the plate. Pretty good breaking ball. Yeah, Ace is hitting 412 off left-handers and 406 off right-handers. That's pretty consistent.
Crowd raises the noise floor here for an 0-2 pitch to Reese, and he takes it low and away. Ball 1.
Now the way to pitch to Ace is breaking balls away. Try not to get the 3-2 count. See if they can get him to whiff a little bit. Make a mistake, and you'll pay for it here.
Battle of left-handers here. The 1-2 count and 2 down in the top of the third. They're in the shift against Reese here. Chance takes off. Pitch is cut on and miss. Won't matter. Another strikeout. 2 in a row now for Southern Miss pitching, as State has only 1 hit to their name through 3 innings. It's 4-0 Southern Miss, headed to the bottom of the third. Up next, a scoreboard update from the studio, as we have a 4-0 game here in Hattiesburg. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
Everything is just a little easier when you feel at home. At Cadence Bank, we're proud to be part of your home team, and we never stop working to give you a competitive advantage. Stop by a branch or visit us online at cadencebank.com to learn more about how we're helping opportunity take shape for our community.
There's a hit out to left field. This one is gone.
Cadence Bank, a proud sponsor of Mississippi State Athletics. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Phil Brame in the studio. Time for our out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer partner of Mississippi State Athletics. Finals, fellas, earlier tonight in the SEC, Arkansas over Oral Roberts 10-2. Tennessee beats East Tennessee State in Knoxville 7-1, while Kentucky on the road beats Eastern Kentucky 10-0. They've also just gone final in College Station, Texas A&M 11, Incarnate Word 1. Now to the games in progress, surprise brewing. We told you about it on the pregame show. Central Arkansas continues to lead at Vanderbilt. It's 5-3. Doors batting with a man on and 2 out in the bottom of the 8th.
All right, thanks so much, Phil. Our score here in Hattiesburg is Southern Miss 4, Mississippi State yet to score. The Bulldogs will pitch here in the bottom half of the third inning, facing the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Golden Eagles. First up, Davis Gillespie, and he takes a pitch in there for a strike from Jack Gleason. 0-1 to start. Gillespie worked himself on with a walk in the first inning, was homered home by Dre Barrett as one of 3 runs. Next pitch on the 0-1, catches the top of the zone for a strike at 91 out of the hand of Gleason.
The ball comes out of Jack's hands very well. Very compact delivery. Mechanically sound. Good athlete.
0-2 pitch. Breaking ball is dribbled foul up the third base side. Over to that little corner where the stands jut out in that club area we were talking about. Count remains 0-2 to Gillespie. Veteran who's played all 3 of his collegiate years here at Southern Miss. Third year being in progress currently. 0-2 again, wave and a miss. Challenge him inside with a fastball and high. And Gillespie just could not hold up, and it's a Hancock-Whitney strikeout for Jack Gleason. 2 up, 2 down on strikes for Gleason since his outing started last inning, and now there's 1 gone here in the third.
Well pitch up and in with 92.
So nobody on and 1 down for Dre Barrett, who homered last time up. First pitch, he caps off the end of the bat just over the state dugout up against the netting.
Dugout's very close to home plate. You got to tell the kids to keep an eye on the batter. Keep your eye check swings.
Yeah, a lot more reaction time at Globe Life Field.
Oh my gosh, those dugouts were a cab ride away from home plate.
0-1 the pitch. Upstairs with a fastball. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike.
A lot of people who've never been in a dugout, especially one close to the home plate, don't realize how quick a bat and ball can get into that dugout area.
I saw one that got into State's dugout, but nobody flinched. I mean, it just rocketed right in there. Everybody just shrugged their shoulders. Next pitch is a fastball up as well. Count moves to 2-1 on Barrett.
Maybe most of them didn't see it.
Just blinked, and all of a sudden it was rattling around in there. Base is empty, 1 out. Bottom of the third. Pitch from Gleason on the 2-1 is an off-speed pitch, and it got Barrett out in front for a swing and miss. Strike 2.
Yeah, it didn't have a lot of break to it, but it was located perfectly down. We'll just keep it down on this guy. We don't need to have another slider up in his belt area.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes from Gleason, and got another strikeout. Wave and a miss at a 91-mile-per-hour heater.
Well, he's getting the strikeouts because he's got some other pitches, you know, the slider a little bit. I don't think he's so much of a changeup, but it's sneaky fast. Ball comes out of his hand good. A lot of times 92s don't come out of your hands well. Sometimes it's a heavy ball, sometimes it has some sink. But Jack's ball has a little bit of consistency. It doesn't sink at all, but it looks like it almost rises, but it can't rise. The law of physics won't allow it, but it stays up. It stays up, and it's very difficult to get on top of the ball.
2 up, 2 down to start the third. Here's Kyle Morrison, a left-hander. And here's the first pitch from Gleason, right over the plate for a strike call.
And good thing about Jack, he's going to pitch 0-1, 0-2, 1-2. He'll be ahead of the count. Not going to walk. He's already walked 1 guy, which is unusual this year.
But his first outing against Hofstra, he inherited the bases loaded and got out of the inning. 0-1 pitch. Misses off the plate that time.
I like about him also, he works quick. Defense loves that. Gets the ball, checks his wristband to see what he's supposed to throw. Doesn't take long to go from the set to pitch.
Working from the belt, he kicks and delivers. Ball's hit high in the air, but out of play to the left side. The count moves to 1-2. Ace Reese moves over to the right side of the infield now as the Bulldogs operate in the shift defensively. The shallow part of right field is Reese. Everybody else true to position. Ball and 2 strikes, the pitch. Another foul ball, the same direction. Out of play to the left side in the air by Morrison.
Yeah, our catchers, Andrew did the same thing. Their catcher is he wanted to up. He put his glove up, and that's exactly where the pitch was. That's why he fouled it straight back.
1 ball, 2 strikes. State trying to have a 1-2-3 defensive bottom of the third. Here it comes.
Oh.
On the inside edge, a called strike 3, and Jack Gleason strikes out the side in the third. Score remains Southern Miss 4, Mississippi State nothing. That's a big confidence boost for this defense, who have given up runs in both innings prior to this one. And State will look to try to get across on the scoreboard when we come back with the top of the fourth. 4-0, Southern Miss leading here in Hattiesburg. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
When I smoke weed, I get lost in the music. I like to isolate each instrument. The rhythmic bass, the harmonies on the piano, the sticky melody.
Hey, careful, babe. There's someone crossing the street.
Sorry, I didn't see him there.
If you feel different, you drive different. Don't drive high. It's dangerous and illegal everywhere. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Begin the 4th inning, and a 4th pitcher will be used by Southern Miss. And that's another Alpha Insurance pitching change. Having Alpha by your side is a game changer. When everything's on the line and every second counts, will be there knocking it out of the park. That's life with Alpha. Sam Mitchell, right-handed freshman from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, is the 3rd man out of the bullpen, 4th overall for Southern Miss, as they continue to do the pitch by committee approach here in the game. As it's been 1 inning of work for Dylan Causey, 1 for Kevin Farr, and 1 for Bruce Littleton, and all have been effective so far in the game.
Another successful high school program, Parkview Baptist High School in Baton Rouge. This is the 4th pitcher we're seeing, all true freshmen. So far, the freshmen have dominated us.
And the first man he faces is Noah Sullivan, a right-hander battling against the right-handed pitcher. I'll get you those final numbers in just a moment on Bruce Littleton, as the first pitch misses for ball 1 to Noah Sullivan. Sullivan struck out swinging to end the first inning, as it was a 1-2-3 frame. Next pitch dots the outer edge to even the count, 1-1.
Yeah, this guy's more of a veteran. He's pitched two and the third innings with more than anybody else. Walked 3, struck out 3, no batting average against, so he's been a strikeout walk guy.
Here's the 1-1 on Sullivan. A breaking ball that had a deep bend to it but missed inside. A true curveball right there, top down.
Yeah, it was
but
top
did not
down.
fall over the plate.
What we call a 12-6 curveball. Had a lot of bite to it.
2-1 delivery to Sullivan. Fastball at the top of the zone for a strike.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been in a ball game in midweek that you had 4 freshmen, true freshmen, pitch 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if they bring a 5th guy in, it'd be really a shock. It's a
and pitches effectively as they have so far.
Yeah.
It's also impressive. 2-2 pitch. Sullivan watches it, and it misses just low. And that's ball 3.
I can see this is a strikeout pitch over the top. It's tough to throw for a strike, so that's why he has some walks. You have to be real patient, make sure the umpire understands what the strike zone is.
Payoff pitch. Sullivan watches it, and that's low for ball 4. Sullivan continues to work his way on with walks.
It's tough to get a strike from an umpire on a true 12-6 rotation because it always looks like the ball is going to be down. And that's why I look early in the season, 2 1/3, 3 Ks and 3 walks, and I can see now why. If you chase that pitch, you'll be the K. If you don't chase that pitch, you'll be the walk.
Runner at first as State's first leadoff hitter aboard in the game so far. Reed Stallman stands in. First pitch. Holds back the swing, but takes a pitch at the top of the zone for the strike. Thought it might be about to stay high, but it drops in there.
I tell him to lay off the breaking ball early in the count. See if we can get the advantage count to you real quick.
0-1 delivery to Stallman. That's the breaking ball, or the curve, that drops low again. And right now, it seems like Mitchell is just not able to get that one at the knees currently.
It's a power breaking ball, but it doesn't equate to a lot of strikes.
1-1 now.
Okay.
Another one there as that one drops low again, just dropping right behind the base of the plate.
The bad thing about them also, if you hang it, hang it, you bang it, okay?
Exactly. So they would love for him to overcompensate it here. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch to Stallman. Went back with a fastball that time and missed upstairs. Count is 3-1 with Sullivan at first. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th.
90-mile-per-hour fastball.
Score in the game, Southern Miss leads 4-0. State batting here with a runner on. 3-1 pitch, and that's driven towards the right center gap, and that's down for a base hit. Sullivan goes first to third. Stallman thought about stretching it into a double, but will hold at first base. And State has something started here in the top of the 4th with runners at first and third with nobody out.
Well, he didn't want to throw another ball, so he threw him a fastball right down the middle. That's the problem with those over-the-top breaking ball pitches. They're going to be behind the count, and then they're going to get 2-0, 3-1 to batters and have to go with the fastball. And it's only 90, straight as an arrow. Hittable pitch, and good thing about Mr. Stallman, he barreled it up.
Well, Tucker Stockman goes out to have a word with Sam Mitchell here, and the whole rest of the infield will join him as well, with Christian Ostrander joining the powwow, and he'll actually go ahead and make the pitching change. And the first sign of trouble, he goes ahead and brings in a reliever as Southern Miss will now bring in their 5th pitcher of the game. So pitching change timeout for Southern Miss. Bulldogs looking to add runs to the board for the first time today as they trail in this one 4-0 here in the top of the 4th with no outs. We'll take a pitching change break and be back. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Bulldog pride. When I'm carrying the Mississippi State University Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra state gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Hail State from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go State to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Southern Ag Services and Alliance Ag Risk Management have deep roots in the farming communities of Mississippi and the Mid-South. Using crop insurance and research-based agronomy, our strategies will minimize your production risks and maximize your economic returns. Partnering with us ensures you'll get years of farming experience and local successes to help you make solid decisions. Alliance Ag Risk Management and Southern Ag Services, 662-268-8006.
Well, J.W. Armistead comes in to relieve Sam Mitchell as some trouble is amok here in the top of the 4th inning with 2 runners on for State and nobody out. Gone away from the freshman this time. Armistead is a senior, transfer from Itawamba Community College. So far this year, he's got a save to his credit through 2 1/3 innings of work. Only 52 total pitches thrown this year. He's not a big strikeout guy, very much a pitch-to-contact type of pitcher. He's got 3 walks to go with those 3 strikeouts, but has not given up a hit nor a run this season. Veteran leadership can get you very far when it comes to the game of baseball, and the pitching staff is no question, or is no exception to that either.
Well, didn't pitch much in 2025. 2 innings pitched, walked 2, and then Right now, with 2 1/3 innings, he's walked 3 and struck out 3. Before that, 2024, his ERA was really high.
First man he faces is Ryder Woodson. Again, coming off a good weekend over in Arlington. With no outs and runners at the corners, first pitch to him is in there for a strike. Lower arm slot type of guy.
Yep, 3/4 down, a little flipper type of throw. Hard to get velocity on that type of a pitch, but he's 3/4 slot down. Comes a little bit difficult for right-handed hitters.
Armistead, a right-hander, battling against the righty Woodson. The 0-1 pitch. Sidearmer throws it right in there for another strike at 91.
Yeah, it's not bad. 91, 92 for. He's not a drop-down guy. He's not one of those sidewinders. Just a low angle. Should have some arm side run to it.
So the Miss trying to rally behind him here to try to get the first out of the inning. Runners at the corners, nobody out, top of the 4th. Pitch. Off speed, got him in front of it, swing and a miss.
Yeah, it's one of those 3/4 sliders that stayed on the same horizontal plane, but it was about 3 balls away from the outside part of Ryder's bat.
That first time we saw the slider, and Woodson thought it was about to go right to that same edge for a fastball and just could not make contact. A strikeout for Armistead, and there's one gone in the inning for Andrew Raymond. Right-handed pitcher against left-handed bat here. First pitch to him. Turns on it, sends it down the left field line, but that hooks out of play towards the Southern Miss bullpen.
Yeah, just with the first 4 pitches, if this is what the makeup is of pitchers that don't throw very much, I can see why they've had success so far and good pitching depth, because we're not seeing any of the weekend guys yet.
Maybe a slight advantage to these next 3 left-handers, Raymond, Parker, and Nunnally, to see this ball out of the righty's hand. Next offering. Raymond could not lay off the off-speed. It went right down the heart of the plate. Checked to swing, but it was called a strike anyway.
Well, he checked the swing, but that's actually had almost a full cut. He got fooled. He was guessing fastball, and then it became a hook, and he just couldn't stop his swing.
Does he have a third pitch, or is he going to go fastball or slider here? We'll see. Here comes the 0-2. Raymond swings and misses. It was a slider. It went down towards the bottom of the zone, and Raymond couldn't get the bat to it.
Yeah, for a left-handed hitter, a slider that goes down a little bit, about 2 balls, is not an easy pitch to hit, plus it was well located.
Well, State, after getting the 2 first men on, are in danger of leaving them stranded, but Jacob Parker's at the plate.
I think that's 7 Ks for us, isn't it?
That's a good bit of them. Yep, I've got 7. First pitch to Parker. He lays off a pitch outside at 92. Parker struck out in the second inning against Kevin Farr. One ball, no strikes, and 2 down. Reed Stallman at first, Noah Sullivan at third. The pitch. Parker pops this one up down the left side. That one's hooking towards the bullpen again, and that gets out of play. Just barely, though. Gillespie, the left fielder, gave it a run.
Yeah, he pulled off a fastball right down the middle. That's probably a pitch I'd like to get back. Kid has a lot of power. Going to be a great player for us at Mississippi State, no question about it. We got some good young freshmen. We got some good young transfers. So we're going to be okay in the future. We're going to be okay this year. Just got to try to get by tonight.
Well, right here for this at bat, do you kind of sit fastball and then just try to foul off something by slowing off your bat?
You can't be guessing up there.
Yeah, you can't be guessing. You're right. 1-1 pitch. Now it's hit in the air towards center field. A lazy fly for Joey Urban. Just takes a step in and it makes the catch. And State squanders the first 2 runners reaching in the inning as they're left stranded. As Armistead comes in, retires the next 3, and State is kept off the board. It's still 4-0 Southern Miss, headed to the bottom of the 4th. Mississippi Owned Country Pleasant has been proudly serving their award-winning sausage, bringing families together for over 50 years. Whether you're in the left field lounge cheering on the Bulldogs or cooking at home, remember Country Pleasant Sausage, official sausage of Mississippi State baseball. Bottom of the 4th headed your way next as State trails 4-0 here in Hattiesburg. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
Trey Willis, shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder.
Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place? It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
Living with long COVID can make work a challenge, but you don't have to face it alone. The Career Horizons Project at Mississippi State University is here to help Mississippians ages 16 to 70 with long COVID find and keep meaningful jobs. Together, we can build a path towards stability, confidence, and success. Call us at 662-325-8248 or visit careerhorizonsproject.msstate.edu. The contents of this announcement were developed under Grant H421 F240-107 from the U.S. Department of Education.
4-0 Southern Miss here in the bottom of the fourth inning as State continues to work with Jack Gleason on the mound. Inherited a base runner in the second inning. Worked to strike out of Matthew Russo. In fact, all four batters he's faced, he has struck out. And now he'll start off with Tucker Stockman. It's the bottom of the third, or bottom third of the order, I should say, for Southern Miss. And he delivers a first pitch strike on the inner corner to the Southern Miss catcher. 0-1. Stockman Cade swinging to end the first inning against the starter Brendan Sweeney. Wave and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Chase that one low and away.
Yeah, that's the pitch right there that makes Jack's fastball look like it's 95, 96 because you always want to be looking for it. That was a great slider right there.
0-2, bases clear, nobody out here at the start of the bottom of the fourth. 0-2 to Stockman. Fastball just low and away. More so outside than anything. The count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. We'll make things happen with the only cards for Starkville, the Mississippi State University Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card. To confidently show your Bulldogs pride, get your card today. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Another fastball outside as Gleason continues to try to make Stockman chase. Had a couple pitches to work with.
When you have a good control, you can try to miss a little bit. Now he knows he can come back 2-2, throw a strike, or 3-2. If you don't have control, you just try to throw the ball right down the middle of the plate.
2-2. And tried it again, that time with a slider.
You watch, he'll come fastball. He'll keep this ball down. I know Jack well enough. Again, he may not do it, but he's going to throw a strike here.
The question is, does Stockman know it?
Well, I'd be looking fastball right now.
Gleason comes set. Now delivers a 3-2. Fastball wave, slider wave and a miss.
Yep, that was a good selection by the pitching coach. And he's looking fastball. You slip in a slider. 84, had a little bit of sink. Great location right there, low and away, and he's got another K.
5 batters faced and 5 strikeouts. Brought to you by Hancock Whitney. And Jack Gleason continues to work well. Now he'll face a left-hander in Seth Smith. The guy who flew out to center field his first time up to lead off the second inning. At the bottom of the fourth, State trails 4-0 against Southern Miss. The pitch outside with a fastball. Ball 1.
That Coach O'Connor right now is saying, how come this guy didn't pitch last year? He probably wasn't ready.
I was about to say, if there is a steep up and to the right improvement in pitching, it must be Jack Gleason. Next pitch misses down and in, however.
Well, again,
comes to 2-0.
Again, I had him all summer, and I kept calling Justin Parker. I didn't talk to Brian O'Connor about him. I said, don't give up on this kid. There's something about him I like. Competitiveness, athleticism, pitchability.
Count is 2-0 meanwhile on Smith, the pitch. Now it's hit in the air towards right field, tailing towards the right side. It's got a chance to get out of here, and it is gone. About 10 feet inside the right foul pole as it is deposited into the right field roost, and Southern Miss takes a 5-0 lead.
They'll try to sneak a fastball in on him. We'll see this on the monitor here, trying to get his fastball in, and the kid did a good job of keeping his hands inside, got some bat speed on it. And again, it's not that he hit it over the fence by much. See right there, left-handed hitter, low and down, low and in.
Just made it a launching pad.
Yep.
That also happens when you get behind in the count 2-0.
Yep. Well, he doesn't get the count. He doesn't get the 2-0 count much.
So the streak of strikeouts ends with Seth Smith homering. It's 5-0 Southern Miss, and here's Caleb Stelly, and he takes the first pitch strike on the outer edge.
Yeah, we may be facing right here an SEC-type team if they have as much pitching depth as it looks like they have.
It's the first home run of the year for Seth Smith, who has been swinging a red-hot bat here at the start of the year. Next pitch catches the zone on Stelly, and now it's 0-2. Fastball just continuing to nibble at that outside edge.
Yeah, hitting the 8-hole when you're hitting 478.
It's about like Bryce Chance in the 9-hole.
Yep.
Caleb Stelly, 0 for 1 in the game. Here's his 0-2 pitch. Try to get that corner again with a slider, but this time it misses for ball 1.
It's like UCLA's fine center fielder hitting 8.
Right.
Got 9 home runs.
That was 9 home runs coming into that game.
Yeah.
Hit his 10th against us. I think that was his 4th home run of the weekend. 1-2 pitch on the way. Stelly pops it up. Right side, this could be trouble, tailing towards the line, and Stallman can't get there as it lands a foot in fair territory. Just a bloop single in the Bermuda Triangle of second base, first base, and right field.
Yeah, no one's going to be able to catch that one. It was high, too, but just perfectly placed.
That's the old adage, you couldn't throw it out there any better.
Yep, go throw it high and then you better.
So a 1 out base runner and Caleb Stelly, as Gleason has got the last 2 batters on, first with a home run from Smith and now Stelly with a single. Infield having a short meeting, but Brian O'Connor is going to join it and likely finish the outing for Jack Gleason. Warming up in the State bullpen has been Charlie Foster, whose first career start for State happened in this very venue.
He made a mistake on that left-handed hitter, trying to come in on him and down. You're going to come in on a left-handed hitter, come in and up.
The top of the order coming up next, and Ben Higdon and Jack Gleason finishes his outing, giving up at least 1 run, but he's added 5 strikeouts to his ledger. And we'll tell you about Charlie Foster, what he's done so far this year, and also close the book on the pitchers so far for State. Third arm into the game for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 4th. It's 5-0 Southern Miss. The pitching change break. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
Ready to take the next step in your career? If you're between the ages of 16 and 70 and living with long COVID, the Career Horizons Project at Mississippi State University is here for you. We help Mississippians with long COVID connect to meaningful jobs and keep them. Don't wait. Call us today at 662-325-8248 or visit careerhorizonsproject.msstate.edu. The contents of this announcement were developed under Grant H-421 F-240-107 from the U.S. Department of Education.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Charlie Foster enters the game for Mississippi State. Coach, he's a guy that has some good stuff in the arsenal, just hasn't been able to piece it together so far this year for State. Yeah, what have you seen from him that we need to keep an eye on this year?
Well, he was a commit to Georgia, and then when they changed coaching staffs, he flipped to come to Mississippi State, and everybody was raving about him, and I liked him a lot in the fall. First year, he had some injuries last year. I thought this year he'd be number 2 or 3, and all of a sudden the first weekend he had what's called a bad outing, a 3-run home run, and then he's probably overthrowing, and then he lost command, but he struck out 10 in 5 innings and only walked 3, so it's not like he doesn't have some weapons, but he just needs to pitch. That's all he needs to do. He's left-handed. He's got 93, 94, and he has three pitches: fastball, breaking ball, and a changeup, and he's just got to be able to use them ahead. He's got to get ahead of the count. That's the whole key. He can't overthrow. I hope that he has a great outing. I'm rooting for him and rooting for the Bulldogs here, but you got to root for a kid who's got a lot of ability. It's just a matter hasn't pitched that well yet.
Yeah, it finished out fairly strong last year with an appearance against Florida State. Went 2 1/3, struck out 4. He did walk 3, but did not allow a run or a hit in that outing. But in the start last year against Southern Miss, just was not a great one. He gave up 3 runs on just 1 hit, so some of that was defense. It was ultimately a losing effort, 3-0. The first pitch he throws misses down low to Higdon, ball 1.
See, he hadn't been able to throw the breaking ball consistently to get ahead of the count. That's his first breaking ball. It's 1-0 count right now.
Charlie Foster, Snellville, Georgia native, facing off against the left-hander Higdon. 5-0 score. Here's the 1-0. Wave and a miss. Chase the fastball low and away. Count level 1-1 for the bottom half of the 4th inning. Southern Miss already with a run home thanks to a solo shot home run from their 8th spot of the order, Seth Smith. Runner at first and 1 out. The pitch. This is the bottom of the zone and a 95-mile-per-hour fastball.
Yeah, it has some sweep to it also.
Higdon has reached and scored both times he's been to the plate today. Scored on that error by shortstop Ryder Woodson in the second. Was batted in on the home run by Dre Barrett in the first. Instead of a 2-1, a throw over to first by Foster. And with those 3 runs he gave up against Southern Miss last year, part of that was self-inflicted with an errant throw to first base and a pickoff move just like that. Two and 1 the count on Higdon. State trying to possibly force a double play ball here. 2-1. Misses low and away on another fastball. Maybe kind of more of that cutter, if you will. It's a little down in velocity at 91 rather than his top end velocity at 94, with a little bit of break to it.
Yeah, he can pitch 91 as long as he locates, especially left on left.
3-1 the count now. Look at first base, and now he'll throw that direction. Reese Stallman just makes the clean catch off the bag just to keep the runner honest.
This will be a big pitch for Charlie right here. Big pitch.
Caleb Stelly at first base for the Golden Eagles with 1 out in the inning. Now another throw over by Foster. Again, just going back in, standing up. Stelly not really in danger of getting thrown out. Foster's just resetting the pitch clock every time.
And those picks are dictated by in the dugout.
Waiting on the 3-1. Here it comes from Foster. And that's right over the plate with a strike at 94.
That was good right there. Straight, a little bit outside part of the plate. Now you can go with a breaking ball, but you got to have confidence you can throw it for a strike, okay?
Can't hang it up either. 3 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 down. And they'll throw over again to first. He's got to be careful with that foot that comes down as he throws. The toe is pointing towards first base.
Yeah, pretty careful he doesn't throw on the second base side of first base and the runners seal Stallman off.
Now he'll deliver the 3-2. A chopper to the right side. Stallman has it. Flipped to second for 1. There will be no relay because Stallman had to come way off the line and Foster couldn't get over there in time to field the double play relay. But it's completed 1-6 on the put out to get the lead runner, and they're 2 away.
You know, the runner coming in standing like that might be able to appeal a little bit the possibility of an appeal play there. Or actually, it's a pop-up slide is what it was.
So Higdon is aboard on the fielder's choice. They're 2 outs.
Yeah, he was down. He's all right.
5-0 score. State trying to get out of the bottom of the 4th with no further damage.
That 2-pitch sequence right there really helps Charlie's confidence.
I would agree with you. First pitch is a fastball in at 96 to the right-hander Urban.
Yeah, he can go 96, sometimes 97. And he's a potential prospect being a left-handed hitter, but he's got to show the scouts he can have command of his pitches.
Left-handed pitcher against right-handed bat here as Joey Urban, the second man in the order, stands at the plate. 1-0. Wave and a miss there. Really fooled him that time.
See, if you think you're going to swing on anything and it comes with a breaking ball like that, you're not going to touch it. That thing had a lot of bite to it, hit the dirt. He started to swing so early.
Just looking at the stats on it, that ball had just about no spin at all as it hurled there. 1-1 the count with 2 outs. The pitch to Urban. Try to get one to catch the top of the zone. Doesn't quite drop in there. Count moves to 2-1. Urban today has reached once on the error, but that's all. He's 0 for 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down in the inning with Higdon at first. Foster comes set. Now he deals. In the dirt. Blocked up well by Raymond, who comes quickly up with the ball as if to throw to first. That keeps Higdon honest. 3-1 the count now.
Yeah, the breaking balls in the dirt has put him behind the count.
Had a good 2-pitch sequence to get Higdon to ground to first. Let's see how he attacks Urban. 3-1 delivery. Upstairs and in with a fastball for ball 4.
Yeah, you get to 3-1, you don't want him to have, 91, 92 mile per hour fastball, so you can hum up to 95, 96, and then you lose command.
Now Matthew Russo's 0 for 2 in the game. Has a big opportunity in front of him with 2 outs. Garrick Fry will play way back off the apron into short right field against this left-hander. A battle of lefties here, now with a runner in scoring position at second, as well as one at first. Sages looking for that final out of this inning. Russo batting .235. Foster looks at second base, now turns and delivers. Missing down low for ball 1. Another fastball. Russo has seen each pitcher now. Brennan Sweeney in the first inning, Gleason in the second, and now Foster here in the fourth. He struck out both times prior to now. 1-0 pitch. And misses low again.
They got 5 seniors in the lineup, and the rest of them almost juniors, so it's an experienced ball club a little bit. They're not going to bite on that breaking ball.
Infield all come in to talk to Foster. Fastball type of count here. Meanwhile, State is warming up Parker Rhodes.
Yeah, Parker's also a kid that we got from Indiana, 95, 95, maybe 96, but highly recruited. Hadn't pitched that much yet.
Came in to pitch against Delaware on that Sunday game. Didn't have his best stuff there, but it was fresh off of a long bullpen the day before. 2-0 pitch, dots the outer edge with a fastball at 95.
Yeah, this was all planned. Charlie Foster's going to get an inning or 2. Same thing with Gleason. Same thing with Parker. So they're doing exactly what their plan was. Just a matter, they didn't plan to be up down 5-0.
Here's the 2-1. Turned on and fouled back by Russo. The count evens at 2-2.
I think the fans here consider this guy their big home run threat.
Certainly could be. He's got 2 already this year. 2 home runs to go with 2 doubles.
He had a lot last year, didn't he? Maybe not.
I believe you're right. I have to go back and double check his numbers. 2-2. Wave and a miss. For the 3rd time, State has struck out Matthew Russo, and they get out of the inning. It's a solo shot home run, Seth Smith. That gets the run home in the 4th, but a Hancock-Whitney strikeout of Matthew Russo to get out of the inning. Charlie Foster faces 3 batters and retires 2 of them. 5-0 Southern Miss as we've played 4 here in Hattiesburg. You're listening to Mississippi State baseball from Learfield.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Another inning for Southern Miss pitching and another change on the mound as the Alpha Insurance pitching change brings out Teague Broadhead, a Fairhope, Alabama native, and playing in his redshirt freshman season at Bayside Academy. So far this season, only 2 appearances. Once against Southeastern Louisiana and the other against Alabama, both midweek competitions. But decent numbers on the year. He has not given up a run. In fact, he's only given up a hit, 3 strikeouts to go with 1 walk. But freshman, except for that one senior that Southern Miss has thrown in the game.
Yeah, when I got on the field, I walked the warning track with my cigar when Southern Miss was hitting. This kid came running up to me, shook my hand, said, "Coach, you spoke at high school 2 years ago or 3 years ago, Bayside Academy." And that's really nice for a kid to do that. And I'm not rooting for him right now, though. It's a private school down in Mobile.
Teague Broadhead deals the first pitch, and Nunnally grounds it softly out to the right side of the mound. Underhand catch made, and a toss to first is in time by Broadhead to retire the runner 1-3 on the first pitch.
I think we now have faced 5 pitches, right? 5 pitches?
Yeah, this is the 6th.
The 6th, and I don't think you add them all together is more than maybe 6 innings or 7. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think
most of them have had just 1 inning of work in each of their appearances.
Normally at this time of year you have 17, 18 innings pitched. But these are not the guys they've used on the weekends, sir.
1 pitch and 1 out so far. Here's Bryce Chance here for the top of the 5th inning. Broadhead delivers. That one hops to the plate on a cricket pitch at 94. The 5th inning is brought to you by your Mid-South Ford dealers and the Ford F-150. Like the Bulldogs, this truck has a strong tradition of greatness earned by outstanding capability and features like a mobile generator. That's how you create a legacy in the official truck of Mississippi State. Go Bulldogs. Next pitch, and Chance takes it right at the knees for a strike.
You just don't see midweek relievers who haven't pitched very much for 93, 94, Caleb, in college baseball. So this is emblematic of them having a tremendous depth in the pitching staff.
Yeah, where State has a lot of depth in the fielding and batting order, Southern Miss makes up for theirs in the pitching. A soft grounder again, about the same spot. Another underhand toss to first, and there's 2 gone.
You almost can't put him place it out there. It's the exact same location, same underhand flip for this kid.
I wonder if this fastball didn't have a little bit of sink to it. It's getting the guys to swing over the top of it. 2 up, 2 down. At the top of the order, Garrick Fry batting left-handed here against the righty Broadhead. Trying to spark a 2-out rally with the top of the order. State trails in the game 5-0 here at the top of the 5th. First pitch, a fastball waving a miss.
95.
Fry 0 for 2. A fly out and a strikeout to his name. Wind is blowing softly out towards left field. That would be the opposite field side for the way he's hitting currently. 0-1 pitch. That's a big bender that drops right in there.
Yeah, that was as good a breaking ball as you're going to see.
0-2 now on Fry as Southern Miss is trying to work a 1-2-3 inning. Two outs, nobody on. The 0-2 pitch to Fry. Ground ball past the pitcher's mound to the left side. Long charge in by Smith, the shortstop. Throw to first base. It's not in time. Fry touches the safety bag right before the throw gets there. And it's a 1-out infield single for State as Fry is aboard.
Gary runs pretty good. It's 3 balls now that have not been hit, all ground balls, and this one had a little bit more bite to it. But they went to the right side of the left side of the infield. The shortstop had to make a play. Bang, bang at first base. We got the call.
Yep, looks like that toe punched the green bag right as the throw was getting into the webbing.
Yep.
Ace Reese will stand in. As the Bulldogs trail 5-0. A nod, and here's the pitch by Broadhead, and catches the bottom of the zone for a strike at 96. Got a great pitching coach turned head coach in Christian Ostrander. Loves to develop these guys, and he's got quite the staff helping his team along to a currently 10-1 record. Next pitch to Reese, misses low.
Another 95. Yeah, I'd like to see what his weekend guys look like.
No kidding.
maybe there's not much difference. I've had ball clubs like that. The top echelon, bottom, you can throw a blanket over.
1-1 pitch. Reese swings through the fastball as it had a little bit of late drop to it.
Yeah, this kid's got good stuff here.
They've rotated to the shift now with 2 strikes. Barrett plays in short right field, the third baseman. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The runner at first. They take off. The pitch is off the outside edge, and State steals a base. They're in the shift, and now they finally move over, and Fry won't take third. He was slightly impeded trying to go to the third base by the shortstop, Smith. Had a light collision, not enough to call obstruction.
I think Ace got a break there, Caleb.
I think you're right. That one looked pretty good over the outer edge, but it'll work his ball too. Fry has a stolen base. That's brought to you by Wade Incorporated. Remember, nothing runs like a deer but a bulldog. 2-2 pitch. That's inside. It nearly hit Reese. And the count is full, 3-2. Not playing the shift now with a runner at second. Morrison, the second baseman, is playing about where the third baseman was, Barrett, in short right. 3-2 pitch to Reese. Ball 4, taken upstairs at 96. Crowd not happy with that previous call. That resulted in a 2-2 count.
It's a good thing that thing wasn't down another inch, because the umpire is going to be almost have to make this third strike call.
Now Noah Sullivan gets his turn. Wind has been blowing to his pull side, as it does fly out of left field even without the wind's aid. Got a big billboard out there down the left field line.
I think that's a new one, isn't it?
Yeah, they've changed their tradition of excellence billboard out there.
To what?
First pitch misses outside, ball 1. It still says tradition of excellence. It's just smaller font now. Now they've got an eagle staring you down out of left field.
He is
Those
really
gold beady eyes.
really staring him down.
The intimidation factor. 1-0 pitch to Sullivan. Swings and misses at a fastball up.
I don't remember a game yet where we've had more swinging than misses.
Runners at first and second for State. This all started with a 2-out rally with Garrick Fry getting in to first base on an infield single, beating out the throw from short. Ace Reese worked a walk on a full count. The 1-1 pitch to Sullivan. Swings and hits that one in the air out of play to the right side. That one went a long way, but all for a foul ball. 1-2 now to State's right-handed DH.
Well, this boy's a redshirt freshman. He redshirted last year, maybe injury. Who knows?
They have developed into strengthening up that arm to 95 and 96. Here's the 1-2. Off speed, missed upstairs that time. Tried to show us something new and couldn't locate it. Count level 2-2. Sullivan has already worked a walk in this game, but he got left stranded at third after getting off as a leadoff man. 5-0 Southern Miss leads. 2-2 on the way. Popped up behind the plate and out of play.
Yeah, breaking pitch doesn't have as much bite as the last guy we saw.
Sullivan did a good job to slow down that swing and foul it off to see another. That was up and out of the zone and probably ball 3. But too close to take. State only with 3 hits in the game. The last one, the infield hit for Fry. Broadhead delivers. Fastball up, ball 3.
Well, runners are going. Anything extra base hit, we can score 2 runs.
Sullivan on the season, slugging at a 600 clip. 3-2 pitch. Hit it in the air towards right field. That one's on a liner, tracking it down. It's off the glove of the right fielder, higged into the wall. 1 run is scored. Here comes Ace Reese, and State has gotten on the board with 2 runs thanks to Noah Sullivan hitting a double to right.
I'd like to see the replay of that. I don't think he got a good jump on the ball. He may not have saw it off the bat and also took a bad route. I think we caught a break there. Let's see. They're not going to, yeah. Got a really late break on it.
A double for Noah Sullivan gives 2 more RBI to him on the season and bring his total to 7.
It's a game of inches right there, boy.
No kidding, as that brings up Reed Stallman now up to the plate again. 2-out rallies. We saw this in the Virginia Tech game. State was able to get a couple big hits and big runs. Bryce Chance in that game in the second inning started off with a legged out double, followed by Aiden Teal getting him home, and Ace Reese homering. First pitch drops in there on the outer edge for a strike.
Well, we've seen better pitching right here than Virginia Tech showed us.
No question. More top-end velocity, better deception, and a lot more arms. A one delivery to Stallman. Swings and drives that one towards right field. That's got a carry, and that is off the base of the wall. And that will score Sullivan easily. Stallman trying for a double, and he is tagged out. But Sullivan has already scored.
Yeah.
So that will make it 5-3. But that is the final out of the inning, barring this being overturned. But the umpires are talking about it.
I thought they missed the play at second base. I don't think he touched it.
Second base umpire, the one that's initiating this, that's Eddie Newsom.
Bad angle, couldn't see it. I think we're going to get a runner at second base with 2 outs and a run scores.
Regardless, Sullivan scores. He well beat the throw from tagging out Stallman. Again, that's all about timing because there's no force play there. But he was rocketing himself around third base and touched home a good second before Reed Stallman was tagged, as the call on the field would say.
So what you tell your runners with 2 outs, rounding third base, you go as hard as you can because you don't know what's going on behind you.
Stallman's at least got an RBI.
See, I'm not sure he touched him.
So if he made contact with him, he is for sure out because Stallman had not touched the bag by the time that he got there.
If he touched him.
Again, that's if he touched him.
If he touched him. It's tough from that angle. But
umpire had probably, honestly, the best look at it. He was staring right on top of where the glove was making contact with the left, with the back calf of Stallman.
Here.
As the back right leg.
Yeah, he might have got the back of his knee.
I haven't seen anything definitive to say to overturn this.
See, Reed's asking for the replay.
Yeah, he didn't feel the glove touch him there. It doesn't have to be the full glove, just laces.
See, I'm not sure if they're appealing this play. If we're appealing this play.
Yeah, we're challenging it here.
Okay, and then they're appealing. Maybe we did touch home plate time. I don't know. You don't have too many types when you have 2 appeals.
That's true. Southern Miss could challenge that Sullivan didn't touch home in time, but the home plate umpire, James Ainsworth, was all over that, saying he would definitively was at home before the throw tagged out Stallman.
Well, thank heavens that right fielder had a poor jump on that ball. I'd like to see a replay of that again, where it took a bad angle, but that just went right off his glove. Could have been a catch, and the inning's over.
Tag was applied, I believe, by the shortstop, Smith, on the throw in from right field. Give credit. That was a really good throw and tag applied.
Let's see what we got here.
And the run scores. That's the important detail. So the score will be 5-3 Mississippi State going into the bottom half of the inning. A big inning for the Bulldogs. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left. So State's within 2 as we move to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Here from Hattiesburg, you're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
At Toyota, we don't just build trucks. We build something that's meant to last. That's why the 2026 Tundra is built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built stronger, built louder, built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
Bulldog fans, are you looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Look no further. Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi offers the experience of a lifetime. World-class entertainment, unique shopping, and the ultimate in fine dining. And if that's not enough, hit the links at the world-renowned Azaleas and Oaks courses at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club and complete your stay in luxurious relaxation at the spa. Your exhilarating weekend awaits only at Pearl River Resort, where you'll be at the center of it all. Must be 21 or older.
Bottom of the fifth inning here in Hattiesburg as Mississippi State finally found their scoring, getting 3 runs in the top half of the inning and have gotten us within 2 here as State brings out Parker Rhodes to face the middle third of the order of Southern Miss here in the fifth. Children's of Mississippi, part of the University of Mississippi Medical Center, is home to the state's only children's hospital. It's care made just for kids because kids aren't like the grown-ups. They need care designed especially for them. Children's of Mississippi, forever and ever for kids. Parker Rhodes, a guy that you tend to like, Coach.
Well, he's highly recruited. There was a lot of other schools interested in this kid. He's 6'1", 185 from Greenfield, Indiana, Greenfield Central High School. And he's got 3 or 4 weapons. His fastball's been 94, 95. I saw a lot of them in the fall. I hadn't seen him at all in the winter. But he's already pitched in a game, I think. He's still a freshman. He's a baby-faced kid. Looks like he's about 10 or 11 years old. But good body, and ball comes out of his hand good. And we'll see if he can help us keep the deficit as only 2.
That is perfect game top 100 freshman selection at number 23, and also D1 Baseball's top 100 freshman coming in at 36.
That's pretty good.
So far, just an inning and a third of work. He's given up just 1 earned run. The first man he faces is Davis Gillespie. That first pitch misses upstairs 95. Good velocity. Just doesn't locate on the first pitch. Ball 1.
So far, everything's gone as planned as to who we're going to pitch tonight.
Everybody and anybody. 1-0 delivery. That drops in there at 88 for a strike call.
Changeup. Pretty fast changeup.
Yeah, 88 for a changeup. That works pretty well these days.
Might be on a 2-seamer.
5-3 our score, Southern Miss leading. The 1-1 pitch is grounded towards the left side. Backhanded play by Woodson. Throw across the diamond. They got him on a good stretch by Stallman to retire Gillespie.
Yeah, Reed's one of the few first basemen I complimented on. A big kid that can do the split at first base. Look at this. Watch this.
Yep.
I mean, that hurts me watching that.
That's not even as much of a stretch as he had back in Texas.
If I go down there, take 10 guys to get me up again. And Wright has got a good arm, too.
Dre Barrett stands in. First pitch to him from Rhodes is a cut and a miss at a 96-mile-per-hour fastball.
See what's going to look. He's easy with a motion. Easy. The ball comes out of his hand and makes the fastball look like it's 99-100.
Works quickly. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. He chased one out of the zone, and they'll say he went around.
And that's what I saw this fall. A very sharp breaking pitch.
And I ended that with a question mark. It is a declarative statement. He did go around. 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch from Rhodes. Ground ball hit towards Reese. Nice hop to him. Throw across the diamond. He had plenty of time and gets it over there. There are 2 gone. 5-3 put out. Gives State its second out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Before Kyle Morrison comes to the plate, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. That's 10 seconds for station ID. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball. Kyle Morrison, left-hander, stands in against Parker Rhodes for State. With 2 outs, the base is clear. First pitch on the way. Wave and a miss. That may be that 2-seamer you're talking about. 92 down at the knees.
Yeah, he's got a 2-seamer, 4-seamer. The 2-seamer is a sinker ball type. He's got some weapons, yep.
Out of the windup, here's the 0-1.
That's the true breaking ball right there.
Miss low with that one. The county's even 1-1.
So fastball, 4-seamer, 2-seamer, changeup, and a breaking ball.
That can be very deceptive between that sinker and the breaking ball. 1-1 delivery. Wave and a miss. Got him swinging at an inside pitch. Down off the top of the dirt.
Late break on that breaking ball. Tougher hit, especially a left-hander could see it out of his hand so well.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ace Reese moves over to the right field side to play in the shift. 1-2 is off the plate to the outside for ball 2.
That's your 2-seamer right there.
It clocked in at 91. Deuce is wild with the bases empty. State trails in the game 5-3. But a 1-2-3 inning could go a long way. 2-2. Breaking ball and did not get the call on the outer edge. Nearly dropped it in there. But just a little bit outside, perhaps low as well. The count is full.
No 2-0 walks.
Morrison waits. Here's his 3-2 pitch, and that's low for ball 4. Try to drop that one in there or get a swing and miss. Doesn't happen, and Morrison is a 2-out walk for Southern Miss. So 1 on and 2 out. Here comes the catcher, Tucker Stockman. A strikeout victim in his 2 plate appearances so far.
Yeah, sometimes young pitchers get the first 2 outs, think the inning's over. Still another inning, another out to get, and lose their concentration. That's exactly what happened.
Slight lead to first base from Morrison. Here comes the first pitch to the right-hander, and it's taken high by Stockman for ball 1.
And in a small ballpark, the 2-out walks will kill you over the course of a year. Get that 2-run home run.
I saw a 2-out walk result in an extra run scored in the first as Dre Barrett homered after the Gillespie walk. Next pitch, hit in the air to right center field. A towering fly ball. This one doesn't look very deep. The right fielder Parker is underneath it, and he makes the grab for out number 3. Not quite a 3-up, 3-down inning, but State works a clean inning as far as runs scored, as Southern Miss is kept off the board for just a second time today in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. To the top of the 6th we go. State trying to get some momentum going and maybe tie the game or take a lead. Trailing 5-3 here in Hattiesburg. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone or just taking a deep, calming breath to ground yourself. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Well, Southern Miss goes to the bullpen for the top of the 6th inning, and they brought out a veteran from Sumrall, Mississippi, and Cross Sibley. Did not pitch against the Bulldogs in the meeting in Hattiesburg last year, but he is a veteran for this team. And Cross is a left-hander playing in his senior year, and I actually got to see him play high school for that Sumrall team a couple of times, back covering some high school ball. Larry Knight coaching them, where Andy took over just up the road in Lamar County. Well, Cross's numbers on the season, get those pulled up for you. And so far, his outings are not numerous, but his stuff is good. He is 10 2/3 innings so far this year. In fact, this is his 7th appearance. He has struck out 14 and walked just 2. A stellar 7-to-1 ratio there. He's given up 3 earned runs, but those were in the first 2 appearances of the year. In his last 4, he has not conceded a run. And they'll start off this inning facing off against the shortstop Ryder Woodson, followed by Raymond and Jacob Parker. A couple lefties after the right-hander Woodson, perhaps why the left-hander Sibley is getting this inning under his belt. State trying to get closer and closer in this game, trailing by 2. It's 5-3. First pitch, Woodson fouls off on the inner side of the plate for strike 1.
This is the 19th pitcher that's pitched an inning, at least for Southern Miss, is sure.
And he's got the most work of anybody, I would imagine, as far as number of appearances. Next pitch, a foul ball to the mid of the catcher, Stockman. There's 2 strikes.
That's probably the guy they have ready for Friday, Saturday, Sunday relief.
He pitched twice, as a matter of fact, against Louisiana Tech this weekend. Pitched an inning and a third in game 1, and then just an inning on Sunday's game. 0-2, hard ground ball and a hop to the shortstop. Good vacuum job by Smith to throw it across in time for the 6-3 putout. This turf takes true hops, and Southern Miss getting to play on this one regularly means that they know exactly how that ball is going to hop up to their glove on the infield.
Yeah, we might not see any more rookie pitches in the rest of the ball game. They may go with whatever veterans didn't throw too much this past weekend.
And the next one he'll face is in a left-on-left matchup against Andrew Raymond. As Raymond takes his steps towards home plate, Jacob Parker waiting on deck. First pitch to Raymond. Swings on it and pops it up in the air towards the crowd left side. That lands about 10 rows deep. May have gotten somebody. Well, the sixth inning is brought to you by Chevron. Get 25 cents off per gallon on your next 5 visits at participating stations when you join on the Chevron app.
Ball goes to the grandstands. Hit somebody. There's no empty chairs.
Exactly. Unless somebody's off to the concession stand. 0-1 pitch, and Raymond takes it off the plate outside at 89 for a ball. Raymond is 1 for 2. He got the Bulldogs' first hit of the game on a solid single to center. Count is level at 1-1 to the Bulldogs' left-handed catcher. The lefty Sibley delivers. That's a hard ground ball to the left side. Nice backhand play. Smith turns, throws. A good pick play as well at first. And there are 2 away.
Yeah, not an easy play back in for the infielder. Pick play for the first baseman. Oh, the first baseman got a short hop, but this is a nice play with that shortstop.
You had to range back in the hole. Smith did a good job to field that hop, set his feet, and throw to first base. Again, just a short hop, and it's a true hop out there for Russo to field. And they're 2 away, both retired on ground outs to the left side.
Yeah, infielders on the left side can use that turf for bouncing the ball over there.
Jacob Parker stands in, takes a first pitch ball off the outside edge. Sibley has a very, I'm trying to figure out the words to describe his delivery. Maybe I'll find it after this next pitch. 1-0. And Parker fouls it back. Reaches really far back with the left hand. And left-handed hitters, his body shields them from seeing that grip. And at the last minute as it comes forward and is released, that's where you can try to finally figure out what he might be throwing, where it's coming. But he reaches way back there to get some velocity. 1-1 pitch. Hard ground ball to the right side. Nice hop to the second baseman, Morrison. Great fielding on the infield for Southern Miss as he throws to first in time. That's a 1-2-3 inning. Hard hit balls, but nothing to show for it. That was 103 off the bat of Parker. But again, true hops to infielders placed exactly where they needed to be. And State is kept off the board in the top of the 6th. 3 up, 3 down. We move to the bottom half of the inning. Southern Miss leads State 5-3 here in Hattiesburg. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
There's team pride, and then there's extra bulldog pride. When I'm carrying the Mississippi State University Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra state gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Hail State from the cashier too. Visit regions.com/go state to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Southern Ag Services and Alliance Ag Risk Management have deep roots in the farming communities of Mississippi and the Mid-South. Using crop insurance and research-based agronomy, our strategies will minimize your production risks and maximize your economic returns. Partnering with us ensures you'll get years of farming experience and local successes to help you make solid decisions. Alliance Ag Risk Management and Southern Ag Services, 662-268-8006.
9-1 spots up for Southern Miss here in the home half of the 6th inning as Parker Rhodes goes back to work for the Bulldogs. After having a really good 5th inning, he just gave up 1 base runner, a 2-out walk to Kyle Morrison. Otherwise, he worked 2 ground outs and a fly out of Tucker Stockman to get out of the inning. And now he'll face Smith, Stelly, and Higdon of Southern Miss. 2 lefties surrounding the right-handed DH as a right-hander on the mound. It's number 10 Southern Miss hosting number 4 Mississippi State here on a Tuesday night in Hattiesburg. First pitch on the way. Smith grounds one towards the middle. Up on a hop. Woodson has it. Throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. Well, Parker Rhodes will certainly take that. 5 batters faced and 4 outs recorded. Caleb Stelly will now have his turn after having a bloop single down the right field line against Jack Gleason in the fourth.
Hey, you know, all have to understand we're still early in the season. Our coaching staff's kind of feeling their way through this pitching staff right now.
Parker Rhodes trying to stand up to the challenge here. First pitch is hit in the air down the right field line, but tailing away towards the bullpen, and will end up just past the hedges that line the outside part of the right field fencing. Strike one on Stelly. You got the right field roost that goes from about just to the left of right center field all the way wrapping around the right field fair pole and down into the concourse. Waving a foul ball by Caleb Stelly for strike two.
It's a shame they can't do something in left field, but they get that ditch behind there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a creek, and then it also backs up to the Longleaf Trace, a former railroad.
Really? Is there a train track there?
It was a train track, and they made it was one of those from tracks to trails type of conversions, and now it's a long walking track that stretches across a couple counties.
And that ditch costs a lot of balls, maybe, batting practice.
I'm sure it does. 0-2 the pitch. Hit in the air towards right center. That's a lazy fly ball for Jacob Parker, who stands under it and makes the catch for out number two.
But right now, they're not barreling this freshman. Another true freshman. We see a lot of true freshmen in this ballgame from both sides.
This freshman in Rhodes getting ready to face the top of the order, Ben Higdon. This will be the seventh man he's faced in the game. Right now, Travis Creel from the third base coaching box is having a word of encouragement to his left-hander ahead of this at-bat.
I had to step away. Did you let them know Sibley how many innings he's thrown in the last 3 years?
I know, it's crazy. It's not for the entire career, but he has worked a lot for Southern Miss.
He's a guy bullpen, never started a game, never completed a game.
But I tell you, he was very talented. I did tell him I had gotten to see his stuff at Sumrall. He helped that team out to a couple state championship berths.
Another good baseball program. Again, Hattiesburg is very fortunate to have a lot of good high school baseball being played around here.
I mean, you got the battle of State Highway 589 of Sumrall and Purvis as of late. The Parker brothers made that an interesting battle.
Thankfully, we got three of them. Three boys from this area on our team right now.
And all three from different schools. Here's the first pitch to Higdon. Just misses the outer edge by missing more down than on the outer edge.
Yeah, that two-seamer has a lot of sink to it.
1-0 on Higdon. Base is clear. 2 outs in the inning. State has only worked one clean 1-2-3 inning. That was with Jack Gleason in the third with 3 strikeouts. Next pitch misses off the plate to the outside and dribbles away from Raymond for ball 2. Higdon today has gotten on base every time. Last one was on a fielder's choice, so it goes against his average. 2-0 is up and away.
Yeah, talking to the people here, they were concerned about the fire marshal, told them they can't let anybody else in. I said, this is an outside venue. How stupid that is, having a fire marshal telling you nobody else can enter.
3-0 pitch upstairs for ball 4. I know a certain former athletic director that knows a thing or two about sneaking a couple extra people in and not reporting it on attendance. We'll keep those cards close to the chest.
Yeah,
Justin Parker makes the walk out to the mound.
Another 2-out walk.
So Higdon is aboard as Justin Parker goes out to have a word with Parker Rhodes, who's worked clean fairly well. He did give up a 2-out walk to Morrison. Now he's given up one to Higdon. Last inning, he didn't allow that to hurt him. But Joey Urban is a good hitter, and he's been kept away from hurting the Bulldogs so far. He's 0 for 2 with a walk.
Yeah, Dane Burns in the bullpen. We saw now we got Tyler Pitzer, the other South Carolina transfer, who had a great summer up in the Cape Cod League. I don't think we've seen very much of Tyler yet.
So Coach Parker makes his walk back towards the dugout as he's given his words to Parker Rhodes to try to get out of this inning. Now keep this in mind, that is now 4 defensive conferences used by State. Once they hit 6, those automatically become pitching changes. It's one of those newer rules that hardly ever comes into play, but a midweek game could be the one that it comes into being a factor. First pitch, Urban grounds this one towards short. Woodson goes the short route to second, and is stepped on by Fry for the out that finishes the inning. A ground out to short as they get the lead runner to get the final out of the inning, and State holds on to keep this game at 5-3 after 6. More to come with an out-of-town scoreboard on the other side of this timeout. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs is probably the best thing you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, know it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Through 6 innings, State trails at Southern Miss 5-3. Phil Brame here in the studio for an out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer partner of Mississippi State Athletics. Finals across the SEC since we last brought you an update. Bama hangs on to beat Jacksonville State 6-5. Florida no trouble with FAU 4-0 Gators, while Georgia wins at Kennesaw State 11-1. And in Nashville, Central Arkansas hands Vandy their 4th consecutive loss. Doors were winless in a trip to Las Vegas over the weekend, and they fall at Hawkins Field to Central Arkansas by a final of 5-4.
All right, thanks, Phil. James Nunley to lead it off against, oh, wouldn't you know, a returning arm, actually. Cross Sibley back out to work here in the top of the 7th for Southern Miss. The first pitch he deals is on the outer edge to a left-handed hitting Nunley. Strike 1.
Yeah, I'm sure this is the plan by the coaching staff of Southern Miss to see what happens to the freshmen. Hopefully they stay in the ball game. We got the lead. We're going to go with some veterans.
0-1 pitch. Got him with an off-speed pitch, swing and miss there. 0-2.
Number 32 in the bullpen for them.
No balls, 2 strikes. First hitter up for State in the away half of the 7th. Pitch by Sibley. Ground ball towards the middle, long run, and they can't get it on a diving effort by the second baseman Morrison as it gets into center. And State's got a leadoff man on as Nunley reaches for the first time today. Just a nice poke up the middle. And State has that leadoff man on. And that brings up Bryce Chance. 0 for 1 in the game. He reached on a walk in the 3rd before grounding out to the pitcher up the first baseline in the 5th.
Yeah, Southern Miss does have a veteran pitcher down the bullpen.
Potential tying run at the plate, and came in to try to bunt, pulls the bat back and still gets hit, and Bryce Chance is in some pain as that one made contact on his forearm, possibly wrist.
Yeah, the problem is when you square around the bunt and pitcher pitches inside, you have no chance, absolutely no chance. I've seen more guys get hit by pitches on bunts. I mean, you're squaring around a little bit, you don't square all the way around, but your whole body tucks to the bunt. Watch this, see? How do you get out of it, see? It looks like his back fingers.
Yeah.
And Bryce is a tough kid. You know, he's showing some pain right now. Hopefully it's okay.
Yeah, kind of weird that it got his back arm. They're actually going to review this just to make sure it didn't hit bat.
Well, if a guy makes that bad of a pitch, you should review it and still give the guy first base, okay?
Yeah, it certainly was not in the zone. We can rest assured tell you that. I guess they could review to see that he was getting out of the way of it. By what I saw, he was trying to pull back. Yeah, that hits hand. It does not make contact with bat from what I just saw. Yeah, that's going to stand. If that's a challenge by Southern Miss, I would imagine they lose that unless there's a rule I'm unfamiliar with. So the umpires are under the tunnel taking a look at this. While they do that, we can remind you that you can bring your cowbell for catfish. Heartland U.S. Farm-raised catfish is proudly produced in the Mississippi Delta, and its sweet, mild flavor makes it perfect for frying, grilling, or enjoying in your favorite recipe. Visit heartlandcatfish.com to learn more. Heartland Catfish, a proud sponsor of Mississippi State baseball.
Yeah, the pitcher for them down the bullpen, I'm not sure he's going to come in. His batting average against it's 103 at 9 and a third innings pitched. He's got 14 Ks in 9 innings, 2 walks, so he's been pitching very effectively with 2.89 ERA. Wouldn't hesitate probably to see him in the ballgame.
And give Cross credit as a pitcher. I mean, he loses chance right there on a hit batsman. But he has been fairly good from the mound for Southern Miss over the years. He's got a 17-7 overall record, already 2 wins this year under his belt, with 7 saves to go with it. Umpires are done having a look at it. So they say Southern Miss has 1 challenge left, as Bryce was clearly hit by the pitch. So that's runners at first and second now for State, thanks to a hit up the middle by Nunley, and now Bryce Chance getting hit by the pitch. He will stay in to run as Garrett Fry comes to the plate with a tying run at first. Potential go-ahead run represented at home plate. Garrett Fry finally got his first hit of the day on an infield single. His last time up, that was the 5th inning. Cross Sibley, the 7th man up for Southern Miss. There's a bunt popped up left side. Sibley underhand catches it just up the line. And Garrett Fry fails to sacrifice the runners over.
How many times I've sold hitters, and Gary's a really good hitter. You know, I just said if you're going to bunt, you don't bunt a fastball up, because that's what the defense is looking for. The pitch was up, and it's tough to get that ball down. Looking for something down, you like to get a breaking ball. It's easy to bunt, but this was the fastball up, and it's not very easy to put it down on the ground, and that's an out. Sacrifice out.
So he's retired on the pop-up to the first baseman in the scorebook. Here's Ace Reese. Battle of left-handers here. First pitch to him, catches the outer corner.
Yeah, with 2, 3, and 4 coming up, all 3 good hitters for us. We can understand exactly what we're trying to do is get 2 guys in scoring position. And if Gary had take that back, he would pull that bat back and said, no, I'm not biting in this fastball.
With 1 out and runners at first and second, the pitch is popped up left side. Shortstop, a long run towards the line. Can he get there? He can't find it. It falls in for a hit, and everybody moves up 90 feet.
Yeah, we might have caught a break there. I think it was catchable. He just got turned around. He was running so hard. Sometimes they run on their heels, and their eyes are going up and down. And I hate to go back to these lights again. These lights are very bright, and there's very much possibility he just lost the glare of the lights because the lights are so low here.
Well, it was kind of running as if to catch it like an over-the-shoulder football catch.
Yeah, the left fielder had no chance to get the ball.
He never could find it once he made his way back out there down the left field line. And Cross Sibley will exit as Coach Oz comes out to pull the hook on the left-hander. And Southern Miss will bring out a new arm, their 8th of the contest. State with a tying run in scoring position at second with 1 out. Potential go-ahead run at first base in Ace Reese, as Noah Sullivan will face a new arm for Southern Miss when play resumes. An Alpha Insurance pitching change for the Golden Eagles. Remember, with Alpha by your side, when everything's on the line and every second counts, they'll be there knocking it out of the park. That's life with Alpha Insurance. And bringing you all of our opposing pitching changes. 5-3 our score. Bases loaded for State with 1 out. Noah Sullivan coming up next to face the Southern Miss reliever. We'll tell you who it is when we come back, as you're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Bulldog fans, are you looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Look no further. Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi offers the experience of a lifetime. World-class entertainment, unique shopping, and the ultimate in fine dining. And if that's not enough, hit the links at the world-renowned Azaleas and Oaks courses at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club and complete your stay in luxurious relaxation at the spa. Your exhilarating weekend awaits only at Pearl River Resort, where you'll be at the center of it all. Must be 21 or older.
5-3 our score here in Hattiesburg. We're in the top of the 7th inning. State with the bases loaded and one out as Josh Ock comes into relief cross Sibley here for Southern Miss as Noah Sullivan will come to the plate. In his career, Ock has 3 saves to his credit. On the season, he's got a 2.89 ERA and 9 1/3 innings pitched. He's struck out 14 batters so far this year compared to just 2 walks. He's up against a guy right here who has found his share of walks as of late. First pitch to Sullivan. He takes it to the top of the zone for a strike call. Big moment in the game right here.
Yeah, let's see what this makes this guy a little special here. Definitely pitches from the first base side of the pitching rubber.
Right-hander against right-hander. 0-1 delivery. Low and away. Good job by Stockman to keep that in front. Keep that one scooting by and go into the cavernous backstop here.
He has a little history of some inconsistency in regard to command, but his numbers are good.
1-1 pitch to Sullivan. Takes it on the outer edge for a called strike. Sullivan had the double that brought home 2 runs in the 5th inning.
And normally you don't see a closer in the 7th inning. They probably have somebody even behind him.
Bases loaded, 1 out. The 1-2 to Sully. Swings and misses. He chased the slider away. And Sullivan's down on strikes. And O'Connor and James Ainsworth behind the plate are having a conversation from the corner of the dugout to home plate.
Maybe Snower didn't like the pitch before.
Perhaps. In looking over here at the strike zone field, or view that I have over here, it was about a ball outside. But a great job by Stockman to frame it up, and that's a catcher stealing the call there on the previous pitch.
I wonder if he threw Noah out. If he did, he didn't make it dramatic, did he?
I don't think so. First pitch to Stallman. He fouls it off, strike 1. All of a sudden, there are 2 outs with runners at every base.
Well, sometimes it's the best time to bring a closer in, whether it's the 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, when you have some deep trouble on the bases.
0-1 to Stallman. Off speed right in there. Just a change up on the inner third, and Stallman asks for time. Big moment of the game here. State with a tying run at second base. First out was recorded by Garrick Fry, popping up on the bunt.
Yeah, plate umpire is recording something. I don't know what.
Just the offensive timeout.
Okay, one timeout. Yeah, there's a little words between Noah and the plate umpire after that at bat. And now again, you don't generally bring the closer in the 7th inning, but we've always been feeling that I bring the closer in the 5th inning if there's a bases loaded, 1 out, because the game's in the line. All of a sudden, you lose the ball game by 8 or 9 runs. You haven't used your closer.
Some pitches to play with right here for Josh Ock on the mound for Southern Miss at an 0-2 count. Stallman digs back in with the bases loaded. The pitch, take it inside, nearly taken on the back foot, but it just got past it for ball 1.
I'm surprised that wasn't hit by pitch right there. I know it didn't hit his foot, but that was close.
Way back there, Stallman puts that left foot on the back line of the box.
And he's right on top of the plate, too.
1-2 to Stallman. Turns on it, little jam job to the left side. That's going to find the grass. Here comes 1 run. Here comes the tying run to score, and we are tied. Bryce Chance comes in as Reed Stallman, just a soft single through the left side of the infield. It's 5-all.
Soft does not describe that. Soft does not describe that. He got jammed, and thankfully he had a metal bat. If he had wood, it'd be sawwood right now in someone's fireplace. Sawed off.
Just right through the 6 hole. Don't have to look pretty.
Well placed. Good job. Put the ball in play. That's all you got to do. Something may happen.
Reese moves up to second base as Nunnally and Chance both score. And we are tied here in the top of the 7th inning in Hattiesburg. In stands Ryder Woodson. First pitch low and away on a fastball.
It all goes back to an outfielder for them not getting any type of jump on a ball. It's going to give us a chance to get back in this ball game with some timely hitting. And
runners at first and second for State, 2 outs. 1-0 the count on Woodson. Look at second, now the delivery. Off the plate again, 2-0. Woodson looking for his first hit of the day.
Yeah, we need a UCLA hit right here. He was on fire this weekend on getaway day.
Woodson has yet to homer this year, but he hit balls extremely hard while he was in Arlington. 2-0 pitch. Ground ball towards the middle. That's through for a base hit. Here comes Reese around third, and State leads for the first time in the game. Ryder Woodson delivers a ground ball right up the middle, and it's 6-5 State.
Yeah, it could have been a ground ball right at the shortstop and second baseman. Thankfully, it's up the middle. No one had a chance for it, neither did the pitcher. Well-placed ball, and now we got a chance to we got the lead.
Yeah, expand on the lead now. Woodson finally collects his first hit. It's 6-5 Mississippi State in the top of the 7th. 2-out hitting yet again for the Bulldogs.
And we're doing it against their veteran pitcher.
Ock's first pitch to Raymond. He takes it in and low for ball 1.
How about that? We couldn't touch all the true freshmen who haven't pitched hardly at all, and we've done a better job against the veteran pitchers who pitched a lot.
Bulldogs have now out hit Southern Miss 9-5. 1-0. Misses inside again for a ball. 2-0.
Raymond took some good cuts in Arlington.
And now out to have a word Stockman with Josh Ock.
Well, that second line drive that we got to tie the ball game, I don't think anybody could second guess the pitcher. He pitched it through exactly where he wanted to come in, jam him, and thankfully we got the barrel not out, but enough for the metal bat to allow the ball to get out of the infield.
Josh Ock came in and immediately struck out Noah Sullivan. But since then, he has given up 2 seeing eye singles. One through the 6th hole, and then another by Woodson up the middle.
Yeah, we got a true freshman pitcher down there, number 20, Max Miller. Yeah, that's what he goes by.
Played in his hometown.
Yep.
2-0, ground ball to the left side, long rangey play by Smith. Jump throw to first base is in time.
Nice play.
Bit of a Jeter-like jump and turn as Smith finally gets Southern Miss out of the visiting half of the 7th. But State plates 3 runs, and Ryder Woodson gives the Bulldogs the lead. It is 6-5 State as it's stretch time here at Pete Taylor Park. Bulldogs lead by 1 with Southern Miss coming to bat. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
Hey, it's me, Gus the Gopher for Atmos Energy. I dig all around the yard. Occasionally, I bump into a utility line and get a headache. But if you hit one with your shovel, backhoe, or ditch digger, you could cause a gas leak, disrupt service, or worse. So call 811 at least 3 business days before you or someone else digs in your yard to have those underground utility-owned lines marked. It's free and it's the law. You dig what I'm saying? For more on safe digging, visit atmosenergy.com/811.
Bulldog fans, this is head coach Jeff Levy. For over 30 years, Columbus Orthopedics has been the trusted team physicians, ensuring our athletes perform at the top of their game. Whether you're an athlete striving for victory or someone seeking relief from pain, if you want to recover like a Bulldog, visit Columbus Orthopedics. Experience the difference trusted expertise makes, and trust one place, Columbus Ortho. Visit columbusortho.com and discover why they're the leading orthopedic clinic in Mississippi.
Bottom of the 7th inning, State has taken their first lead in the game at 6-5 as Maddox Miller enters the game for State after coming off of a 2-inning performance against Arizona State. Gave up 3 hits and 3 runs in that affair, but what was a win for the Bulldogs on Friday in Arlington. 3 strikeouts, no walks in that affair. Did have 1 wild pitch after facing 3, make that 9 batters. And an opportunity to face Southern Miss in his home city of Hattiesburg. Played high school at Oak Grove High School, and he is a freshman.
Yeah, he's got a big pass. You know, he struck out 8 guys already in 4 innings, 214 batting average. He's gained 25 pounds, he told me at breakfast yesterday, and he's really thin. Dad's a pretty good-sized guy. Dad pitched in the big leagues, and Justin Parker, our pitching coach, really likes him. The ball comes out of his hand like any good pitcher, very, very well, effortlessly. Looks like he likes to throw strikes. He's not going to hit 98, 99, but he'll be 92, 93, maybe even 94.
Yeah, his dad pitched in relief for the Colorado Rockies and Cleveland Indians. Played in 100 MLB games, collecting a 6-1 record and had 2 saves with a career ERA of 2.72.
They wouldn't like him above no walks in 4 innings pitched.
Pinch hitter here for Southern Miss. At least I believe. No, that is Matthew Russo. No, yep. My apologies. So he takes the first pitch, ball 1, low and away.
Unless there was a body built like this kid in the dugout.
Got an extra ham sandwich since he went in from the defensive side. Next pitch just off the outer edge at 96.
Yeah, that's pretty good for a left-handed freshman. I mean, he's gained so much weight. He's looked so much fluid. He's very confident.
Battle of left-handers. Here's the 2-0 to Russo. Ground ball towards the middle. State didn't have it played where they could field that one as it sneaks into center. And it's a leadoff single for Southern Miss to get the tying run aboard.
Guy put a good swing on it. It was probably a 94, 95.
And 96 by this mark over here.
Okay.
But State had him play to the pull side with the second baseman. And Woodson was playing more of a true shortstop. Couldn't get to that one as that was just basically right over second.
A lot of real estate in baseball between the lines since you can't defend everything. As Southern Miss found out in our 3 spot.
Right-hander Davis Gillespie swings at the first pitch and pops it up out of play for strike 1.
They're not taking pitches.
Certainly not. They are a swinging club. As a team batting below 300 at 290 coming into the game. That hit was their 6th of the game. 1 on, nobody out. Right-hander Gillespie standing in. 0-1 pitch. Down and in for ball 1. Gillespie today is 0 for 2. He did walk and score a run in the first inning, walking ahead of that Dre Barrett home run in the first inning that gave Southern Miss the 3-0 lead. Maddox Miller from the third base side of the slab. Looks home, looks at first, and now delivers. Wave and a miss at an off-speed pitch.
His breaking ball reminds me of Charlie Foster, very sweeping breaking ball.
Yeah, once State got away from Brendan Sweeney, this is not a knock on him. They've seen some really good outings in short relief. 1-2 pitch. Off speed, popped up in the air, deep towards left center, but coming out under it is Nunnally. Haven't had a lot of air up under it as going back to first base retreats Russo, and there's one away.
Wasn't a very well-located pitch. I'm sure the batter, Gillespie, felt like he didn't put a good swing on it, but
kind of off the end of the bat as well.
Yep, looked like a. Sometimes that happens. Pitch looks so fat, you pull off a little bit. You want to barrel it up and into the end of the barrel. Even on metal, that's not going to produce very much. On wood, produces nothing at all.
Now the guy that changed the game in a hurry in the first inning standing in, Barrett, takes the first pitch on the outer edge for a strike call.
Yeah, this guy showed in the early part of the ball game he could hit home runs off hanging sliders.
It was a 3-run jack in the first inning, giving that Southern Miss lead, which held for a while. Next pitch just off the plate. Trying a slider again on the outer edge. This time he evens the count 1-1.
I love how quick our pitches work. I love it.
Quick relay of the pitch. No time in wasting for Coach Justin Parker to get that in on the pitch comm.
Yeah.
1-1 the count with 1 out. The pitch. Off speed. That one catches the top of the zone. 81.
And they didn't have to, if they didn't have to look at their rest, it would be about 5 seconds quicker. But they got to know what pitch is being called.
Some people have those earpieces, depending on where you're playing.
Yep.
1-2 pitch to Barrett. Hit the other way, and that's down inside the chalk line for a base hit. This is going to run all the way to the bullpen area of State. It's picked up by the right fielder Parker and thrown in. Southern Miss will hold the runner at third and keep the tying run in scoring position as Barrett has doubled for his second extra base hit of the day.
We caught our break there. Runner at first base does not run very well.
Otherwise, that's a tie game all the way.
I don't think he wanted to go that way. He just took a swing and the ball went that way. He was falling all over himself when he hit that ball.
So a 1-out double gives Southern Miss runners at second and third, with Kyle Morrison coming up.
This is where you need the K right here.
A pop out or a strikeout would go a long way. It would go miles. A left-on-left matchup here. In a 6-5 game, State leading, but Southern Miss threatening with a tying and potential go-ahead runs on base. First pitch just misses outside at 97 out of the hand of Maddox Miller.
Not bad for a freshman.
Not bad at all.
Who didn't show that at all this fall. Infield's back as it needs to be, doesn't need to be in.
Garrick Fry playing short right field, middle of the field is wide open. Next pitch, wave and a miss. Got him off speed, swinging at something low and out of the zone.
If he can get a 1-2 count, he's got some weapons with his left on left. The breaking ball may get this guy. So this is a very important pitch right here. We don't want to go 2-1.
Next pitch, another wave and a miss of the 1-1.
Well, do you have the guts to go ahead with the same pitch? The breaking ball looks like right now this guy's overmatched with his breaking ball.
Morrison is batting .625 with runners in scoring position this season.
He's looking breaking ball. He might be able to sneak a fastball by him.
1-2. As a swing and a miss. Ball is in the dirt. It rolls over to the dugout, and Southern Miss ties the game. I thought Morrison may have had a touch of that ball, but it got past Andrew Raymond for a pass ball, and that causes the tying run to score, and it gets Morrison on base.
Well, that's the live and die with the old breaking ball. That was the swing and miss breaking ball, and the kid had no chance to touch it. And it went in the dirt on that turf right there. It kicked on Andrew, almost impossible to block. Okay, so everything was good, right? We got the right pitch, right pitcher, made the great pitch, and still caused the run to score.
Runners now at first and third. That strikeout does go in the book for Maddox Miller as his first Hancock-Whitney strikeout of the game, but he doesn't fully retire the batter. And now Tucker Stockman will dig in with a chance to tie the game, or rather give Southern Miss the lead if he can get a base hit. First pitch right over the heart of the plate for a called strike.
Yeah, I think if we had to do it again, we'd go fastball, less chance of a pass ball, wild pitch. That breaking ball gets in the dirt with the run at third, winning a tying run. I'm always leery of that.
I haven't given an official score yet on wild pitch or pass ball.
It's got to be a wild pitch to hit the turf.
Pitch misses outside. Count even 1-1. We're tied 6-all here in the bottom of the seventh.
I'm sure Andrew, our catcher, would say I may have had a chance to block it. I didn't have great mechanics on it, but it's tough on that turf. That ball kicks.
Now they officially give it that wild pitch as everybody moved up 90 feet. That ties the game 6-6. 1-1 delivery. Upstairs the fastball to Stockman. 2-1, I should say.
Long term, if we get an extra inning game, Caleb, we're going to test the pitching staff depth of both ball clubs. And we're a long way from that yet.
I do not want a second extra innings game in a row. That's just me personally. 2-1, fought off at the plate to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So these kids haven't been back to start for 6 days, so.
6-6, bottom of the seventh. 1 out in the inning. There's a double play possibility. Stockman, the catcher, at home plate. 2-2 pitch. And that's another wild pitch on a swing and miss, and that causes the go-ahead run to score. Not a great slide, but it works still for Dre Barrett. And Southern Miss leads 7-6 on the second drop third strike that allows a runner to reach.
Well, that's amazing. I don't think I've seen that in all my career.
Check that. He cannot get to first base because the runner was occupying the bag.
Right. At least we get an out.
So that is out number 2.
But yeah, I can look at that one. Andrew's a little bit more chance of blocking that one than the other one. This one had a chance to be blocked. Problem is they're teaching catchers to get down on that knee right now, and I don't like that at all. And you don't have a chance to be able to shift real well. I'd rather have the catchers up in the haunches.
And Brian O'Connor goes out to grab Maddox Miller. After State had tied and taken the lead in the top of the seventh, they have relinquished that lead here in the bottom half of the inning as Southern Miss has scored 2 straight runs on wild pitches on strike 3. State's had activity in that bullpen with Coach O'Connor out there. This is more than likely a pitching change, as now he will call for that change.
That's a case of a pitcher having a great breaking ball that hurt us.
So Maddox Miller finishes his outing, and State will go to the bullpen. 7-6, Southern Miss leads in the bottom of the 7th. State still trying to get a final out recorded. Here in the frame, you're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
At Toyota, we don't just build trucks. We build something that's meant to last. That's why the 2026 Tundra is built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built stronger, built louder, built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
Hi, I'm Jake Mangum, Major Leaguer and SEC all-time hits leader. When I'm at the plate, I'm all about finding value, like stretching a single into a double or turning a stand-up triple into a home run. That's the value of the Farm Bureau Health Plan. Some members are seeing savings up to 50% off their current plans. Because of those kinds of savings, you're always safe. Get in touch with your local agent and discover a plan that's best for you. Farm Bureau. Go with the home team.
Seven to 6, Southern Miss has regained the lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning with Dane Burns coming in to relieve Maddox Miller. Maddox's stuff was good. He got 2 strikeouts, but he's responsible for giving up the lead and exits as the pitcher of record. Well, La Quinta Inn and Suites in Starkville welcomes Mississippi State baseball fans to Duty Noble Field this year. They're located just minutes from the action, and their friendly atmosphere and complimentary breakfast make the La Quinta a great place to stay. You can check in before first pitch at the La Quinta, as they're conveniently located close to campus. Well, Dane Burns, sophomore out of Salina, Texas, and Prosper High School, saw him this weekend pitch, I believe against UCLA in that final game. Yeah, he was the third reliever used in that contest. He went just an inning and a third. Did not give up a hit nor a run in that short outing after facing just 4 batters. Got 3 flyouts and a ground out. State just looking for the final out here of this inning to keep the deficit at 1. And they'll face Seth Smith. I think that's the main reason why Coach O'Connor went ahead and made the change rather than facing a good hitter. As Maddox Miller had some decent stuff to the last 2, just too hot for Andrew Raymond to handle behind the plate. First pitch comes from Burns to Smith, and it's cut on and fouled back for strike 1.
Yeah, Dane's a young man, took a year off out of high school, got himself drafted, decided to come to Mississippi State.
Southern Miss got out to a 4-0 lead through the first 2 innings before adding another run in the 4th, and then State answered with a 3 spot in the 5th and then 3 in the 7th. Runner at second and 2 out. The pitch right over the plate for a strike. 0-2 now.
See, in practice, you can't duplicate that from catches wild pitch practice. You just can't do it unless you do it with a machine.
Runner at second, 2 down, and an 0-2 pitch. Here it comes to Smith. Swing and a miss. A Hancock-Whitney strikeout for Dane Burns to finish off the inning, but Southern Miss takes the lead yet again, scoring 2 runs on 2 wild pitches that were strike 3s. 7-6, Southern Miss leads at the end of 7. But when an accident, theft, or severe weather knocks you down, we are there to help pick you up. That's Shelter Insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent or to help you choose the coverage that fits just right. Top of the 8th coming next, as State will send Jacob Parker, James Nunnally, and Bryce Chance to the plate when we return. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Top of the 8th as Josh Ock continues to work for the mound for Southern Miss after inheriting a couple base runners there in the 7th. Gave up the 2-run single to Reed Stallman, which tied the game, and then Ryder Woodson gave State the lead on a single up the middle. They then retired Andrew Raymond on a ground out to short on a talented play by Seth Smith. And now we stand with the bottom third of the order up for State here in the 8th. First pitch is cut on and chopped off by Parker for a foul ball, strike one. 4 batters faced for Ock. 2 hits, a strikeout, and a ground out. The story so far. 0-1 delivery to Parker. That hits him on the front leg. And State has the leadoff batter aboard, which represents the tying run here in a 7-6 game in the top of the 8th.
Well, again, so far their rookie pitchers, Caleb, pitch better than the veterans. You see the same thing I do?
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing exactly what you're seeing. And Cross Sibley, up until the 7th inning continued, had looked good through the 6th. It's kind of like the same thing that we've seen with our guys at times, is that you get 3 outs and then you come out the next inning and sometimes you act like you haven't thrown before. First pitch is cut on and fouled back by Nunnally for strike one.
Jimmy's got to lay off that fastball up there. Only thing that becomes is a fly out.
Nunnally, one of those Virginia transfers that followed Coach O'Connor.
Got the 4-hole open. Get on the 4-hole with first and third, no outs.
Third baseman is playing very in here, as if to think they're going to try to sacrifice Parker over to second. Nunnally holds the bat back and takes a strike on the outer edge.
I'd never sacrifice bunt in a situation with a left-handed hitter up with a 4-hole open. First baseman's holding the runner on. As long as Jimmy can hit that 4-hole.
7-6 the score. Southern Miss leads. State with a tying run at first base with nobody out here in the 8th. No outs with Nunnally up. 0-2 pitch. That's a swing and a fly ball. This is hit well to right field. Higdon settles at the warning track, back to the wall, reaches up and makes the catch. That is 2 rides that James Nunnally has had to right field, and he's come up short both times.
I didn't think he hit the ball that well. It just kept going and going and going. Of course, that's the part of the ballpark I was talking about earlier. It's not that far out there.
Yeah, it's 340 down the lines, and at State it's about 320 to 330. But it's just a matter of the way this park is positioned. The ball just jumps out of here.
The right field was going backpedaling into the wall instead of getting the ball and coming away, and so then he had to jump. I don't think he really had to jump. That's amazing, that ball went that far, huh?
Yeah, Bryce Chance back to the plate. Throw over as Parker dives back in with a head first slide safely. Bryce today has been hit by a pitch and walked. Only one official at bat, and that was a ground out to the pitcher.
They're giving Bryce a 4-hole and a 6-hole here.
That pitch is down between the legs, and luckily Stockman was able to find it for his sake.
I think if we looked at the replay, I think the umpire's foot found it.
Yeah, it ended up landing like as if the catcher had laid an egg. 1-0 count on Chance. Parker with a slight lead at first base. Here's the pitch. Just misses the outer edge at 89. Count is 2-0, and a favorable count here for Chance.
Didn't they not have 4 freshman pitchers throwing 92, 93, 94?
They did. Two balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch to Bryce. Pops that one up. That'll stay in the field of play as Stockman goes back behind the plate and catches it. Had to make a late little break backward, backpedaling, but Bryce Chance is retired on the foul out, and there are 2 gone.
Yeah, up and in pitch. Bryce couldn't get the barrel out. because of that, just a routine fly ball pop up to the catcher.
A favorable count, 2-0, and Chance could not put it in fair territory, and that will bring up Garrick Fry with 2 outs and the potential tying run at first.
They were squeezed in the middle of the field with Bryce Chance, and that did open the 4 and 6 hole, so the pop up didn't help us.
Batting left-handed here, that's his favorable side. A throw over, Parker dives back in. Garrick Fry today, 1 for 4. Popped up on the bunt attempt, in which he was trying to push over Nunnally and Chance in the 7th inning, an inning in which State was able to plate 3 runs and take the lead. With 2 outs, the first pitch. Fry can't hold back the swing and swings through for strike 1.
Yeah, Garrick's hitting 400 off right-handers, 300 off left.
Overall average currently of 359, factoring today's action. But batting above 500 with 2 outs. A 1 pitch. That's popped in the air to the left side. That should find the seats. Barrett gave it a look, but it lands midway up the angled up section. And there are 2 strikes now on Fry.
This pitcher does not have any sink in his fastball, so you can get a lot of pop-ups. That may be why his stats are so good. So you got to lay off the high stuff, or either get your hands above the ball, barrel above the hands, so you have a chance to drive a gapper here.
Well, if Fry's retired, it'll be Reese Sullivan installment up next time. Fry not done yet as he spoils another pitch.
See what we're doing, everybody's fouling balls off in the air, pop up in the air, right? Just need to get their hands above the ball a little bit better.
Pitch count at just 25 for Josh Ock after entering last inning. Runner at first and 2 out for State, trailing by a run in the top of the 8th inning. Pitch comes, and just another spoil job by Fry. Got under the fastball just to get a bat to it.
See, this catcher for Southern Miss also is on his knees. This is some new technique that they put in 2 or 3 years ago in the big leagues, and it's filtered all the way down to high school baseball.
I'd take a wild pitch, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
0-2 delivery. Off-speed pitch, misses the outer edge.
Crowd wanted it, but I think it was a ball outside.
I agree with you. Not just because it favors State, but objectively it was outside.
Just look at the monitor on this one. Look at the catcher. This is exactly what we had with Andrew. See? That's exactly what we had with Andrew.
1-2 to Fry. Off speed, cut on and fouled away on a line drive. Got out in front of it. And with that, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. 10 seconds for station ID. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball. One ball, 2 strikes on Fry with 2 outs. Runner takes off. The pitch is a wild one back to the backstop as Parker slides into second base. It's ball 2 on Fry with 2 outs. Now the tying run is in scoring position. That ball was thrown behind Garrick Fry all the way to the backstop. Landed midway up the batter's box.
It's hard to do that without hitting somebody.
Give Fry credit, he has fouled off 2 pitches with 2 strikes. He's now worked the count to 2-2. Ock held on to that one too long.
That way they can't pitch around him now.
Wide stance for Fry here. With Parker at second. Here's the pitch. Upstairs with a fastball at 90, and the count is full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Base hit ties the game. State trails 7-6. Ock delivers the 3-2 right down Broadway, and it throws Fry for strike 3.
That was a no-brainer. Gary must have been looking at something else.
Well, after having a battle at the plate with a couple fouled off pitches with 2 strikes, just could not pull the trigger on that one. And State strands the tying run at second. And will be down to their final 3 outs as they'll try to hold Southern Miss here as we move to the bottom half of the 8th inning. We'll make things happen with the only cards for Starkville, the Mississippi State Regions Visa debit card, a prepaid Regions Now card. Get yours today and stay tuned after the game for all the highlights, big plays, and a word from Coach Brian O'Connor. All that and much more on the Regions Bank postgame show. 7-6 Southern Miss. We move to the bottom of the 8th. You're listening to Mississippi State baseball from Learfield.
Bulldog fans, are you looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Look no further. Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi offers the experience of a lifetime. World-class entertainment, unique shopping, and the ultimate in fine dining. And if that's not enough, hit the links at the world-renowned Azaleas and Oaks courses at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club and complete your stay in luxurious relaxation at the spa. Your exhilarating weekend awaits only at Pearl River Resort, where you'll be at the center of it all. Must be 21 or older.
Jake Mangum here. When I'm at the plate, I'm always looking for an edge. So when I'm shopping for auto insurance, I'm always looking to save. That's why I'm going with Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance to keep me covered. They're always finding ways to save you money, like a 7% discount when you sign up for paperless billing and documents. Go to msfbins.com and discover how much you can save on auto insurance. Or find a local agent and get started today. Go with the home team. Go with Farm Bureau Insurance.
Well, Dane Burns got the final out of the 7th inning on a strikeout, and he returns to face the 9-1-2 hitters of Southern Miss, who are currently in the lead, 7-6. Here to start the bottom of the 8th inning, Caleb Stelly to lead things off. Dane Burns, the 6th pitcher used by Mississippi State so far in the game, already with a third of an inning of work. Ace Reese plays even with a bag. Reed Stallman plays back a touch. Gets this right-handed hitter. First pitch hit the other way towards the right side, but that is foul towards State's bullpen. Strike one.
This ballpark has as much real estate in foul territory in the first base side you're ever going to see.
With zero just about foul territory up the left side. A little bit more than ours up along those berms. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Stelly. Off-speed pitch on the outer edge for a strike. 0-2 to the 9th spot of the order in Stelly. Southern Miss plated 2 runs on wild pitches in the bottom of the 7th to retake the lead 7-6. That's where we stand currently. 0-2 pitch from Burns. Waste one outside. Count moves to 1-2.
Anytime you have a guy at first, you pick him off at first base and he gets by the first baseman. That's almost third base here every time. It's so much distance.
Wind is picking up towards left field, by the way, with a right-hander up. 1-2 delivery. Off the plate outside. Count is even, 2-2.
Crowd's hanging with him.
Oh, sure. Tight one here. Turn into a ball game. 2-2 on the way. Cut in a foul ball. That would have been strike 3 had he not swung at it.
Guy fought it off real well. You know, just standing up and looking out there, nobody's left.
Hanging on to every pitch here. Good local crowd. Not a lot of travel involved to come to watch this one. 2-2 delivery. Up and away with a ball at 83 from Burns. The count is full 3-2.
Big pitch here, but don't go ball 4, and they will sacrifice bunt the next guy.
I don't know with their leadoff hitter up next. Who knows? 3 balls and 2 strikes. Burns works from the third base side of the slab to the right-hander. Here he comes. Up high, ball 4 with a fastball. He lost him. Stelly was down 0-2. Fouled off 1-2 strike pitch, but ultimately works a walk.
That's another no-no. 0-2, ball 4 to leadoff hitter. A lot of no-nos in baseball. You just don't want that to happen.
We're a far cry from the root definition of a no-no in this one. State has 9 hits and Southern Miss has 7. They will sub out the DH Stelly on first base and instead bring in a pinch runner. In this case, it's Ty Long, sophomore from Ripley. So Long is in at second, or rather at first base. And before Higdon steps to the plate to bat, Coach Brian O'Connor is going to make a pitching change. This is a chess match if you've ever seen one. As State is trying to make all the right subs from the pitching mound to face these Southern Miss hitters. Dane Burns got the key strikeout of Seth Smith to get out of the 7th, but now he's given up a leadoff walk. And so his action will be limited, you would imagine, to just the two batters as Coach O'Connor signals to the bullpen as the umpire James Ainsworth comes to the mound. So right-hander coming in for State. And we have a pitching change here in Hattiesburg. 7-6, Southern Miss leads. You have a runner at first and nobody out of the bottom half of the 8th inning. State trying to hold this deficit to 1 run when we return. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
State goes to Maddox Webb out of the bullpen as he will be State's 6th reliever, 7th overall pitcher used in the game. Number 29 for State hails from Summerville, South Carolina. He's a junior transfer from the Citadel. Mainly used as a closer over there, Coach, and he's got a little bit of action so far, but not a ton so far on this young year. This likely the biggest situation he's been thrown to so far.
Yeah, the Citadel's closer last year had some good numbers there so far. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, and 4 Ks. And so we got 2 closers, Ben Davis and Maddox Webb, and I'd put them up with just about any closers in the country right now, but you got to get to them. You got to have a lead. But then bring Maddox in because he didn't pitch. I don't think he pitched this weekend at all. And I know Ben Davis did, but Maddox, I don't think he pitched this weekend, so he's rested.
He threw an inning and a third against UCLA. He was one of those later guys.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, he probably only threw about 20, 25 pitches. So he's ready and armed.
Actually, he was the first reliever. My apologies. Yeah, he just faced 4 batters, 14 total pitches. Faces the top of the order here, Ben Higdon. Led the game off with a double. Shows a bunt, lays it up the third base side. Reese scoops it up, throws to first base in time. Had that one read all the way, charged in, got it, as Southern Miss has sacrificed over Ty Long to second base.
I just wish you would have bunted it a little harder than Ace had maybe a play at second, but no play at second is soft enough.
So 1 out, Joey Urban next man up. 7-6 our score. Southern Miss leads in the bottom of the 8th inning with 1 down.
Did I say on that 3-2 pitch, if he walks him, they're going to bunt the next guy?
I think you may have. I may have said that's what you would do.
Yeah.
First pitch to Urban. Catches the top of the zone for a strike.
I didn't sacrifice bunt very much in my career, but that's a given situation.
Strike a little too high to the liking of the Southern Miss fans, as well as Travis Creel up the third base line.
Yeah, third base coach is barking a little bit.
0-1 from Webb. Wave and a miss at a fastball. Chase that one up and out of the zone.
So Maddox is saying, well, this pitch will be up in the zone too. If you gave it to me last time, we'll do it again. We got the swing and miss.
Why not?
Big pitch right here.
Leadoff walk, got a runner to first. He was sacrificed to second.
Careful of pass balls, wild pitches.
0-2 pitch. Well, a bit of a slider type pitch there. Missed downstairs for ball 1.
Andrew's going to try not to do anything except try to keep his body in front of everything, especially if this kid gets to third base.
Ball and 2 strikes with 1 out in the inning. Or the bottom of the 8th, State trailing by a run. Off-speed pitch, got him swinging. A Hancock-Whitney strikeout for Maddox Webb. And he's retired the first 2 he's seen. There are 2 gone in the inning for Matthew Russo, the left-hander.
And that was a hard, slight breaking ball is all that was. Or cutter.
That's a nasty looking pitch, too.
Yeah, and good location. Now, this kid's got, again, the pitching depth in our ball club is a big, big factor in us having success, no question about it.
Runner takes his lead at second base with 2 outs. First pitch is right down Broadway to Russo, strike 1. Russo had struck out 3 times in a row before singling up the middle in the 7th inning against Maddox Miller. Now facing Maddox Webb with 2 outs in the inning. Ryder Woodson playing more towards the middle here. Next pitch misses up and in on a fastball at 93. That evens the count at 1-1. Seven to 6 our score. 1-1 delivery. Fastball laced down the right side, foul. Boy, that was a rocket off the bat of Russo. 109 the exit velocity. And if that one sneaks inside the line, we're talking about a Southern Miss 8-6 lead.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
And now there are 2 strikes.
Unless the hitter was at second base, he may not have scored on that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs at the bottom of the 8th. State trying to preserve this deficit of 1 run, as they'll have Ace Reese, Noah Sullivan, and Reed Stallman due up in the next half inning. 1-2 on the way. Off speed, got him swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Maddox Webb to get out of the inning. A pair of those Hancock-Whitney strikeouts as State holds the lead for Southern Miss to 7-6. State looking for at least a run, if not more, when we head to the top of the 9th. The Varsity Network is your audio home for live and on-demand college sports broadcasts. You can hear live play-by-play and keep up with Mississippi State all season long. Just download the Varsity Network app today and never miss a minute of the action, no matter where you're listening. Southern Miss 3 outs away. State a run away from tying. 7-6 to score with the Golden Eagles leading as we move to the final inning. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful. That taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Another Alpha Insurance pitching change for Southern Miss as we begin the 9th inning. As Camden Clark, the true closer for Southern Miss, finally makes his grand entrance to a roar of applause from the crowd. Played for a Southern Miss alum and Trey Sutton at West Jones High School. Spent 1 year at PRCC before transferring up to Southern Miss for his sophomore year. He'll face the meat of the order for State, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, beginning with Ace Reese. 3 saves already on the year for Clark.
What'd you say he pitched before here?
Pearl River Community College.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, very
Middle
good.
infield is playing way back, especially with Morrison playing short right field. First pitch, Reese sends one in the air. This is to right center, but this one hanging up and on the run. The right fielder grabs it on the run. That's Higdon. 1 pitch and 1 out. Tried to give it a ride. Got too far up underneath.
I've been fooled with the balls off the bat to right field. Have you, Caleb? Just
Just a little bit. And some of that's the wind knocking it down in a crosswind.
Yeah, it just seemed like,
Designated hitter, Noah Sullivan up. Home run to left field would tie the game. Southern Miss fans trying to rally their support for this closer. State just trying to find a way to tie this game as it's 7-6 with 1 out and the bases clear. First pitch to Sullivan. holds back the swing and takes it high at 95 for ball one.
Yeah, Noah's going to try to jack one out of here. Just hopefully he doesn't try to start a swing too early and get to the point where he ties himself up a little bit.
1-0 pitch. Fastball hit out of play to the right side to even the count 1-1.
94.
Yep. Mid-90s fastball. Not sure what Reese popped out on, but we've seen nothing but fastballs here to start Sullivan.
This kid's got 2 walks and 7 Ks in 6 1/3 innings.
Now the windup here comes as 1-1. Swing and a miss. Up and out of the zone with a fastball there, but Sullivan couldn't hold back. He's down to the count 1-2.
Yeah, he feels like he's going to start the swing early. I mean, the kid's 94, but he's just going to have to get to the point where he can check swing on something.
Battle of right-handers here at the top of the ninth with 1 out. 1-2 pitch to Sullivan, and he spikes it in front of home plate. That would hit the front edge of the dirt circle.
Yeah, if he swung at that and got ball got by the catcher, we got to run at first base.
Count is instead level at 2-2. Clark into his windup. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And again, a flare away out of play by Sullivan to the right side.
We're going to bounce breaking balls, elevate fastballs. That's what we're going to try to do on Noah. I think you see the same thing I'm seeing.
Yeah, if Clark can't locate the off-speed pitch, it's all about just seeing where's that fastball going to end up and time it up. 2-2 again. And another fastball. This time Sullivan fouls it off at 96.
He's going higher and higher and higher, trying to hopefully get to Noah to swing at it. And he's got the advantage count to do that.
Count remains 2-2. 1 out in the inning, but the base is clear. State trying to get the tying run at least on base. Another 2-2 to Sullivan. And that's a high fly ball left side of the infield. Shortstop ranging back, and he's got the catch as Smith completes out number 2.
That's a problem with the pitcher throwing up. You swing at it, you're going to have a hard time doing anything with it.
And that was the breaking ball. So
was that a breaking ball?
Yeah, it was.
Was it up?
It was.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Not above the zone, but top of the zone, roughly. And now State's down to their final out, trying not to lose 2 straight. It's up to Reed Stallman to extend the game.
Reed's got to stay very short here like he did in Arlington.
Left-handed bat against the right-handed pitcher. Right side of the infield playing back. First pitch he sees, misses the outer edge for a ball. A little low as well.
Looked like a changeup or a 2-seamer right there. Yeah, I don't think he wants to give...
That's a good 10 miles per hour off of his fastball.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to give Reed a fastball.
1-0. And that one catches the zone at 94, top of the zone.
Yeah, if the umpire helps him like that, boy, it's going to be tough.
Sometimes when that mitt pops, it's hard to not call it.
Yeah.
It's all about hitting your spots. 7-6 to score. Southern Miss leads as State is down to their final out. The pitch. Reed fouls it back, and now they're down to their final strike.
This is what you call a high ball pitcher, Caleb.
Yep, a 95 fastball above the zone, and Reed Stallman asks for time. Try to take a deep breath ahead of this 1-2 pitch. They have rotated Barrett over to the pull side of the shift.
It's going to get a breaking ball in the dirt or elevated fastball.
Out of the windup, here's the 1-2 pitch to Stallman. Low, and it gets away from the catcher. Nobody on base with a breaking ball.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Now he might go back to the breaking ball. He's only got 2 choices with Reed. Breaking ball in the dirt or elevated fastball. He doesn't want to throw anything in the middle in.
Yeah, I won't throw center cut unless it's a mistake. Stallman has to be disciplined. The 2 outs, the 2-2 pitch. Upstairs, and that got away from the catcher again, but no swing from Stallman. Had he done so, he would be at first.
This boy gets away with it up fastball because he's 94, 95.
Ryder Woodson is on deck should Stallman reach. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. State trails by a run. The pitch misses, ball 4.
It missed, arm side run.
And State has the potential tying run at first base. Gatlin Sanders will run for Stallman.
That's the other thing he could throw is a two-seamer, 84 mile an hour, which he did.
State was in a position like this in a tie game against UCLA when Ryder Woodson hit a ground rule double to right center.
I think all our coaches are telling the hitters lay off the high fastball.
Now a battle of right-handers as Woodson stands in with Sanders running at first base.
If Ryder can just stay off that high fastball.
First pitch.
Oh.
Went center cut with it that time.
It jumped on that pitch.
Middle.
He was thinking the coaches just told me to lay off the high fastball. He threw it right down the middle.
0-1 to start off the at-bat. Woodson singled up the middle his last time up. Wind is blowing out to left. That would be the pull side for Woodson. No homers on the year for him. Throw over, and Sanders dives in. It's the second time he's been a pinch runner for Reed Stallman this year. Back-to-back games, as a matter of fact. 7-6 the score. Southern Miss leads. Top of the ninth, 2 outs. 0-1 to Woodson. Off the plate to the outside.
Well, he's got a lot of weapons, this pitcher. Of course, Ryder is a semi-veteran hitter. Didn't get to play very much last year. North Carolina State got hot there at the end. And
left side of the infield, by the way, is wide open for Woodson. 1-1. Popped out of play to the right side.
He's not elevating the fastball on Ryder.
Well, may try to go with it here. He hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah, if there was a runner at second base, that third baseman would not be where he is right now.
Yeah, third baseman's just 2 steps off the line and playing back on the edge of the apron. In fact, all infielders are playing back except for first baseman Russo, who's holding Sanders. Crowd rises to their feet for this 1-2 pitch with 2 outs and a runner at first. Clark comes set. A 1-2 to Woodson. Hit in the air to the right side. That one tailing out of play and will find the standing room only seats.
That's a good protect the plate swing by Ryder.
Count remains 1-2. Ninth inning is brought to you by Bank of Commerce. Forgot to mention that a moment ago. Another 1-2 to Woodson. Off speed, got him swinging. And Southern Miss has taken down Mississippi State by the final score of 7-6 here at Pete Taylor Park in Hattiesburg. Great pitch selection. Ryder Woodson chased it outside the zone. And Mississippi State drops 2 straight and fall to 11-2 on the season after dropping their first game back on Sunday against UCLA.
Yeah, 2 one-run losses in a row.
Against the top RPI team in the country and a top 10 team ranked by D1 Baseball and other publications as well.
Yeah, they're legitimate, no question about it.
Well, the Regions Bank postgame show is next, so stay tuned. We'll hear from Coach Brian O'Connor and a whole lot more. 7-6, Southern Miss defeats Mississippi State. You're listening to Mississippi State Baseball from Learfield.
Southern Ag Services and Alliance Ag Risk Management have deep roots in the farming communities of Mississippi and the Mid-South. Using crop insurance and research-based agronomy, our strategies will minimize your production